football on WMIX and WMIXsports.com. It's powered by the official voice of Rams Athletic, Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Mount Vernon Rams football is also presented in part by Red Lake College. Save thousands on your college education. Log on to rlc.edu. Tyler's Toyota and Tyler's Buick GMC. Totally Tyler's. The Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon. State Farm Insurance agent Tony Wills. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Win again. See what they can customize at winningedgeusa.com. This Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon. And also by Dan Bank. Banking with local style. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Schmidt Ford of Salem. People's National Bank. Ford Square and Big City Chrysler. You can count on us. And Bird Watson Drug of Mount Vernon. 2 locations to serve you better. We take you to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studio. Driven by Tyler, where Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski are standing by for the Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Mount Vernon Rams football starts now.
Try again. Good afternoon. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Holly Carroll back at the Mount Vernon studio. Jeff Crow with us, providing video angles at WMIXsports.com. The Mount Vernon Rams and Charleston Trojans try again here on Saturday afternoon after lightning came in at about 7:33 last night and suspended this game with the Rams on top by a score of 6-0. 10:33 was left to go in the second quarter. Charleston had the football 3rd and 5 from their own 33, and in just a matter of moments, we resume play in this game that started right at 7 p.m. one night ago. Good afternoon again. Of course, DC alongside. DC, big game in terms of the Rams. We talked about it on Saturday Sports Show this morning. Talked about it in our Landers Collision Center's pregame show yesterday. The Rams do not want to go to 0-2. Trojans are already 1-0, but the Rams do not want to go to 0-2 and have to fight that uphill battle and trying to get into the postseason.
No, you do not, and you don't want to have to sit here and go on the road to Triad with a goose egg and 0-2, as you mentioned. And this is the week that everybody finds out, 2-0, 1-1, 0-2, what everybody does. And for Mount Vernon right now, you have to worry and you have to feel that Charleston has a distinct advantage here. They were kind of getting ran out of the park last night. They were kind of getting run over with the running game that Mount Vernon was providing. And Mount Vernon was dominating, up 6-0, had 1 turnover, playing very well. Lightning Kim shows up, game stops, we pick it up here today, and now Charleston, to me, has the advantage to start because Mount Vernon doesn't know what they're going to do, how they're going to attack or change things on both sides of the football.
Well, they don't. They're going to have a lot of work to do tonight. Of course, this is a suspended contest from last night. We do not start anew. We pick up from where they left off, and of course the Rams were threatening with a nice drive that led deep into the Trojan territory, but the interception led to Charleston getting the football, a couple of runs, and then a little bit later the Mount Vernon Rams, of course, have a 3rd and 5 defensive stop awaiting them if they can bend but not break maybe the next 2 downs of this drive. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Jeff Crow provides the video angles at WMIXsports.com. Holly Carroll is back at our Mount Vernon studio. We'll get underway in just a moment. We need to take a quick break. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. And now you have heard about our new One Checking product. New One account is a high interest earning free checking account designed for everyone. Unlike other banks that pay interest on higher balance, this account pays interest on all balance. From high schoolers to Warren Buffett, One will work for you. You can talk to one of us at 244-3000 and learn about the details. One, exclusively a Community First Bank. You will be one happy customer. Member FDIC. There's no other Toyota dealership like it in the region. It's totally technical, cheap, totally new.
Tyler Toyota. Like car heaven.
Totally Brad.
Totally built for you.
Welcome to Tyler Toyota, the best car and truck buying experience in Southern Illinois. Totally. We're celebrating the grand open. Newly renovated and highly celebrated Tyler Toyota. Totally.
Tyler Toyota.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Going to get started a little bit early here today. 10:33 is left to go in the second quarter. Mount Vernon on top of Charleston, 6-0. That's where we left off yesterday with a 3rd and 5 set. Ball will be spotted on the far hash as the Trojans go right to left. The Rams, of course, will defend left to right. Community First Bank of the Heartland, your community, your choice, your bank, with friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs. Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. The quarterback, Ridge Boyer, will be under center. Tight with two backs off the wing to the right. We'll see what happens here. It's going to be pitch going to the right side to Frederick. Frederick not going to get much on the play. Stays just outside the far hash, getting to about the 35, maybe a gain of 1.5. It'll bring up fourth down for Charleston.
Tweener territory now for the Trojans. They have to decide if they want to get going or if they want to take a chance. Pretty long yardage here, a full 3 yards to get on fourth down, or on fourth down it should be as they flip the numbers over. We'll see what they elect to do. They're showing punt here to start.
Showing punt with Connor Griffin on to punt. Back to return for the Rams appears to be Xavier Tyus along the far hash, deep in Ram territory as he backpedals past the 30. Here comes the snap. The kick is going to be up, and it's going to come to the near side. It'll take a bounce at about the 32. And it'll be downed immediately by number 21, Blaine Cruz, the 6-foot junior. And just like that, the Rams have the football. They moved the ball well last night, Danny Czerwinski.
Moved it very well running the football, especially to the left side. We'll see if Mount Vernon continues with that plan or they try something else. And some theories are you go till they stop you. Other theories are, well, we need to change because there was time to change. But we'll see what Mount Vernon took from the tape last night is Charleston holds up signs. They're going to run the defense 6 ACC is what they will run as they have signs across the way.
We will see what that ends up meaning as the Rams are going to split off. Derek Waite to the right side. On the left, it'll be Xavier Tyus. It'll be the quarterback, Dylan Reeves, under center. The backs should be the same three as last night. It's going to be a pitch going to the left side. Montez Miller-Bray gets past the 30. Looking to cut back toward the far hash at about the 35. And still on his feet at the 40 somehow as he broke a tackle or two and got to about the 43-yard line. A gain of roughly 13 yards. It'll move the chains for the Rams. It'll be 1st and 10.
That's a great stretch of the defense there. Good play to come out, and it kind of gives Mount Vernon a look as to what's going on, as to how Charleston's going to defend or if there are any changes. And Mount Vernon right now did a good job coming out, looking, and getting a nice look there at how Charleston will do things. And if they don't do any better than that, Mount Vernon will have a fun this afternoon.
Miller Gray had over 200 yards rushing last week, an average yard per carry of about 10. See how he does here today. Of course, the quarterback, Dylan Reeves, sends one to the right, two to the right, one to the left. Tail fullback is going to be Drew Hester. He'll get the dial here. It'll go between the hashes to about the 45, maybe a gain of about 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Rams. 8:55 to play in the second quarter. It is a 6-0 Ram lead. Looking to add some more here as they've been able to kill clock and run their offense effectively.
Fullback dive that time. Hester gets a tough 2 yards contact almost immediately on the handoff. Tough yards there for him. 2nd and 8. May have been setting something up here on this play. Right now, with Charleston, 3 guys down in a 3-point stance. Everybody else kind of standing up. So they're kind of in a almost the amoeba defense. You see people moving around, not giving anything away.
Waith will be split off to the right. In motion, Jylen Rush. He's going to get to carry on a sweep coming to the near side, left to right, as he gets past the 45 down to about the 48-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. It'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Rams with 8:13 left to go in this first half. Still 6-0.
Last night, Graham Hinken, of course, was injured, dinged up a little bit on one of the last plays before the lightning delay. Looking around out here and do not see him standing on the sideline anywhere, and actually to our left. He has crutches and a knee brace on his right leg, so he might be out. Obviously out today, and might have to deal with him being out for a while.
We will see what happens and hope that he is okay. As Reeves, the quarterback, will be under center. Tailback will be Rush. DeMontez Miller-Gray, and, of course, the fullback, Drew Hester. It's going to be a handoff. Rush is trying to go up the middle. Found a bit of a seam up the gap as he gets to about midfield. It'll be a gain of roughly 2. It'll be 4th and 3 for the Rams. With 7:30 left to play here in the half. Shy of midfield. We'll see what they decide to do here. Quarterback Reeves also the punter. As Charleston has to hurry and get Kevin Beard off of the field as they had too many.
I think you got to try to draw them off sides here, at the very least.
Reeves, the quarterback under center. Rush will be in motion into the right slot. Split to the left side. It'll be Xavier Tyus. 7:10 to play, and we are going to have a timeout by the Rams. Didn't quite work out the way they had hoped that it would. This timeout, of course, presented by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy in Mount Vernon, where you are invited to the Medicine Shop's Community Health Fair Saturday morning, September the 20th at the Mount Vernon Holiday Inn. Take advantage of low-cost lab work, free continental breakfast, and so much more. Call the Medicine Shop for all the details at 242-87-76. It's not the only game going on right now today. Many of the games from last night, only 8 finals from yesterday, but many going on, finishing up this afternoon into this evening.
Today, Murphy beat AJ 38-13. Last night, Carterville over Massac 50-0. DuQuoin holds on and shuts out Harrisburg 6-0. Pinckneyville finishes up a big win at home over West Frankfort 51-21. Benton and Sparta will resume the night at half with Benton leading 21-6. Chester with a huge win this afternoon over Vienna-Goreville on the road 61-19. Heron finished off Carbondale today 38-23. It was Johnston City beating Cesarville Waltonville Woodlawn 21-14, and Nashville beat CZR today 51-13.
And there you go. Rams have 2 timeouts remaining according to the scoreboard. That was a Bird Watson Drugs scoreboard update. We'll get you plenty more throughout the day as we will have a whistle that blows the play dead. I don't see a flag anywhere.
Timeout Charleston. That's why there wasn't a flag. They got a timeout, and they really needed that because they were not lined up. Not lined up very well in that play. Mount Vernon had something there. Good timeout by the Charleston defensive staff.
Of course, you are invited to the Medicine Shop's Community Health Fair Saturday morning, September 20th at the Mount Vernon Holiday Inn. Take advantage of low-cost lab work, free continental breakfast, and so much more. Call the Medicine Shop for all of the details. 618-242-8776. So right now, 7:08 to play in the first half. 6-0 Rams on top. 4th and 4 for Mount Vernon. Ball on their own 49-yard line, spotted on the near hash. We'll see what they do here. They showed that they were going for it a moment ago. Then they took a timeout, showed they were going for it again. Of course, they couldn't get Charleston off sides on the previous play. Did get a timeout out of the Charleston here. So we'll see what the Rams come back with, and we'll see how the Trojans defend. The Trojans, of course, are in their white away uniforms. Red pants, of course, scarlet numerics and scarlet striping along the sleeves with a gold stripe in the middle. Scarlet and gold, the official colors of Charleston High School. Under center, the quarterback Reeves. 2 backs to the right, Heiner among them. Try to get a big block here, and the Rams are going to turn over on downs. They try to go Miller-Gray, tried to break to the outside, lost about 1 on the play, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Charleston has the football in Ram territory at the 49.
Tried to run a little cutback on the right side, and the problem was the blocking was not there for Mount Vernon. Good penetration by the defensive line of Charleston to kind of throw that time off, and a great tackle in the backfield by number 3, Colin McInerney, for Charleston, and I thought that was a big call to go for it on 4th down right at the 50, and it gives Charleston great field position here on their drive.
It does. McInerney will be split up off the left side, 1 in the slot and in. Number 7, Dallas Wilson to the right, the quarterback. Under center, here comes a quick pass down the middle. It'll be completed about the 30, maintaining footing at the 25, 10 inside to about the 5. It'll be right to the 6, so a 43-yard pass to number 14, Cole Hoover, the tight end, and that's going to be a big first down here, is inside the red zone for the first time for the Trojans.
Just a go route down the middle of the field, and you had one-on-one coverage, and being a taller receiver compared to the defender, he was able to make that catch. Another missed tackle. This had plagued Mount Vernon the first week and 2 quarters. A lot of missed tackles so far this season for the Rams. Another one there allows Charleston to get a big play and have them in the red zone, 1st and goal at the 8.
Drop below the 7-minute mark here in the first half. Out of the eye, the quarterback, number 9, Ridge Boyer. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Handoff is going to come to Brody Frederick again as he goes right up the middle. Looks like Brighton Bowers made the initial contact. Schubert, Heiner, and saw somebody else in on the action. I thought maybe I saw Brighton Steele in there as well to bring down the ball carry. It'll be 2nd and maybe a short gain.
It's hard to get used to it. You see an 88 get the handoff.
Yes.
Used to receivers. Of course, in the NFL, of course, numbers are assigned, but in high school, anybody can wear whatever, basically, except for a few occasions. But 88 taking a handoff looks weird.
Indeed it does. 6:13 to play, 2nd and goal. The ball spotted on right about the Rams 6. We'll drop below the 6-minute mark. Play action as Boyer rolls to the right side, looking for a quick dump pass. Looks like Trevor Schubert was actually the man who batted it down. Big stop there on 2nd down. We'll bring up 3rd and goal now in a 6-0 Ram-led ball.
A lot of fancy trickery that time. You're going to roll your quarterback out to the right, then have him fake and throw back to the left. That's a lot of things to happen on a play in high school. A lot of tricky stuff, but Mount Vernon did a good job on the blitz. It actually looked like Mount Vernon had a run blitz going and were able to get penetration. And that time Charleston's play did not go anywhere at all.
We've seen over history as Dallas Wilson Slips up. He appears to be okay. To the right slot will go Ben Sweeney, it would appear, as they're looking for a quick connect pass on the right out in the flat, and it's going to fall incomplete. Slipping was Sweeney. And it'll be 4th down and goal now for the Trojans. 6 minutes to play in the first half. It's still 6-0 Mount Vernon.
Swing pass out to the right. They were trying to get number 25, Ben Sweeney, into the flat and let a guy from the receiver position block down the corner. And Sweeney was able to, as he tried to speed up to go get the football in the lead, his feet went out from under him in this slick field.
4th and goal. Going to go for it here, it would appear. Single back shotgun formation, 1 split to the left, McInerney, 2 to the right. On the run is Boyer to his right, going for the fade in the far corner, overthrown, and the Rams will come up with a big defensive stand. It'll be a turnover on downs, and the Rams will have it 1st and 10 from their own 6 with 5:55 to play in the first half.
A bend but don't break. Mount Vernon defense that time did a good job once missed tackles on the big play. Shut down Charleston on 3 straight plays, and the Trojans were only able to get to the 8-yard line, and Mount Vernon is now going to be 92 yards away from scoring.
Well, we saw the defense break down on the first play from scrimmage in this drive, or what was that drive for Charleston, and then came back and defended well. 5:56 to play here in the first half. 6-0 Rams on top, spreading things out just a little bit. Tyus split to the left, split to the right. It'll be Waith. Same backs for the Rams. Hester's the fullback. In motion, Miller-Gray. It's going to be Hester up the middle. Not going to get much. Maybe a gain of 1 on the dive. It'll be 2nd and about 9, if lucky, with 5:45 to go. Rams still up a touchdown.
Not much there at all. Charleston's defense did not fall for the fullback dive. Contact immediately, and the chains didn't move, just the down marker.
Love it. Tony Wilt, player of the game in this one, coming up in our post-game show. Tony Wilt, you can find him online, find him in his office, or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town and get you a better state with Mount Vernon State Farm agent Tony Wilt. 2nd and 10 now from their own 6. Sweep coming to the near side. Jylen Rush looking to break through, put his head down, and then was able to lunge forward past the 10 to about maybe the 12. It's a gain of 5. It'll bring up 3rd and a nickel.
Charleston's defense, sideline to sideline, is pretty fast. You've got to get out there and make that turn and pick your hole quickly, because by the time you get to that point, if you kind of dance around in the backfield, their linebackers are rather quick, and they can get to you through the slants of the holes. And right now, Mount Vernon's either going to have to get, if they go wide, get up the field quickly, or depend more on the power game between the tackles.
Split to the right, it'll be Waith. Under center, the quarterback Reeves. In motion, Miller-Gray. They're going to try to sweep him out to the far side. Able to get past one guy. Not going to get much further than that as he is shy of the 15, maybe to about the 13. If lucky, a gain of 2, it'll bring up 4th down. With 4:28 to play here in the first half, Rams lead 6-0. You're watching online at WMIXsports.com, courtesy of Rend Lake College, where they offer over 100 degree and certificate programs for thousands less. See which is right for you with full descriptions at rlc.edu and apply online while you're there. Can't fathom the Rams are going to go for it here. Reeves is on to punt. Back to return is Kevin Beard. He is about midfield between the hashes.
Have to be careful here.
That's going to end up end over end, taking a Ram bounce past the 45 to midfield. And it'll be down at about the Trojan 47.5-yard line by Gage Burrows, where the Trojans will take over. 3:50 left to go in the first half. 6-0 Rams on top. And when you have a game that gets suspended like that, you have to come back the next day. You can usually say goodbye to any momentum that either team had, and that appears to be the case at the moment.
Way Dylan Reeves dropped that football and punted it. You could hear it up here through the closed windows and the headphones, that thud. He kind of was limping a little, not limping major, but limping a little bit. That hurt to drop that football and kick it like it was. And Charleston, deja vu, right back where they were on their previous drive to start, right near the 50-yard line.
We'll see how they go here. Split to the right side, Wilson. McInerney split to the left, out of the eye. The quarterback, Rich Boyer, is under center. The sophomore, 6-footer. Weighs about $190. It's going to be an inside handoff, and what a gain. This is going to be right up the middle to number 24, Kenny Smallhorn, brought down finally by Gage Burrows at about the 31. It'll be a gain of about 19, and it'll bring up 1st and 10 now as the Trojans are back in Ram territory. And does the Ram defense have what it takes to get another stop?
Well, that's a case of prom tackling again, where you have a lot of guys going for jerseys and the shoulder pads and whatnot, not wanting to get low and tackle appropriately. And Mount Vernon right now giving up big plays via the missed tackle.
Force back out of the eye with Smallhorn and Reddish. Boyer under center. Let's see. Looking to the right side for the pass to Wilson. Brought down by Burrows right about the 31, so it might be no gain or a gain of 1. It'll bring up second down on the completion. 3:24 to go.
Well, still some yardage gain there that time as we wind down. That was a 4-yard pass. And you can see Charleston right now, they're starting to feel a little more confident in how they're moving the football. Haven't scored yet, but you can see them kind of mixing things up that time, and they love to roll that quarterback out and over to the right. Does not like to look left a lot.
Wilson split left, McInerney to the right out of the eye. The quarterback Boyer still out under center with 2:57 to go in the first half. Inside handoff, and this one sniffed out as that was to Smallhorn, the fullback.
And his horn got honked.
Yeah.
Drew Hester.
Can't imagine.
I mean, he got knocked backwards right there, and it was a nice hit, nice solid crunch, a great tackle, which leads to the solid hit in that highlight reel. So Mount Vernon's got a couple more times. They have to stop Charleston here in the Charleston territory, or I should say Mount Vernon territory.
It'll be 3rd and halfway to go on the 3rd and 5 from the 26-yard line in Ram territory. 2:20 to go as the clock ticks away here in the first half. 7 on the play clock. Out of the eye. Both receivers on the left. McInerney split. And then we're going to have a flag, as it is a false start, as it would have been a fumbled snap. They went a little too quickly. That pushes them back 5. That gives the Rams a bit of respite as it'll be 3rd and 10 and a half.
Well, just a little too edgy trying to get out and make a play, getting out and trying to beat the guy across from you. And Charleston was a little quick before the snap cost him 5 yards. So instead of having 3rd and short, 3rd and just about 10 now.
Broadcasting live for the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Tyler's. Browse Tyler's new Toyota inventory at tylertoyota.net. See how much you can save with the Tyler Toyota e-discount. Totally Tyler's. 1:58 left to go in the half. 3rd and 11 now for the Trojans. Ball on the Ram 31. Snap out of the shotgun. Boyer's going to roll to the near side. Looking in about the 20. Wilson's going to have it tipped away by Derek Waith, and that'll make it 4th and 11.
Well, and that was good coverage that time. Waith was able to go back with him. The receiver made a good move to lose Waith, but Waith had good closing speed to come on forward and get a hand on that football and knock it away. And now Mount Vernon has to dodge another bullet here on 4th and 10 from the 31.
Boyer getting some instruction from the sideline, runs back into the huddle. 1:47 to play in the first half, 6-0 Mount Vernon. 4th and 10 now for the Charleston Trojans. Wilson on the left, to the right McInerney. Quarterback Boyer under center, and the slot is the tight end Cole Hoover to the left side, and this is going to be a quick pass in the backfield to Wilson, and he is not quite going to get enough. He is brought down as he was wrapped up by the Rams. Gets a nice hand of assistance from Mount Vernon. Didn't see who came up with the tackle. Looked like in the neighborhood was Sam Arcuri, the senior, and that'll give the Rams the ball back on another turnover on downs for not Triad, but Charleston.
Jailbreak play that time by Charleston, trying to get people inside and trying to get people up to the middle of the field, and that time Mount Vernon snuffed that out very nicely, and just way too much humanity in there to try to run that jailbreak play on the inside.
See what the Rams do here. 1st and 10 from their own 27. The ball between the hashes with 1:40 left to go in the first half. Split left Tyus, split right. Waith with Heiner and Miller Gray on the right. It's going to be a pitch coming to the near side. This will be Rush. Rush trying to use that breakaway speed at the 30. He's able to lunge forward toward the 35. Gain of about 7 or 8, and that'll give the Rams 2nd and short here with 1:30 left.
Well, a long way to go and a short time to get there for Mount Vernon right now. They have a couple of timeouts left, and they're going to have to burn one here.
This timeout is presented by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy. 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Dr. Eric Black and his fine staff proud to support the Mount Vernon Rams both there and at TMS Mobility and Rehab. 1:24 left here in the first half. 6-0 Mount Vernon. Rams have 2nd and 3 from their own 34-yard line after a 7-yard gain by Jalen Rush on the ground. Rush, of course, had a nice week last week, as I believe he had 80 yards rushing.
Well, Mount Vernon's going to have to go rush a little bit more, a little faster if they want to get down in the end zone and score before the end of the first half, and that's this time out. And their opponent next week, Triad, is their game tonight at home against Collinsville at 7. Of course, Jeff City, Missouri is at Altop at 7:30, and Marion will resume their game at Champaign Centennial tonight at 7. And also at 7, Alton at Cahokia with the Comanches leading Redbirds 6-0 early in that one.
There is some good football to be found tonight if you can find it around the region. Shouldn't have to look too hard. Ball in the near hash at about the 34-yard line in Ram territory. The quarterback reads under center, split right Waith. Whistle blows. Rush will be in motion. Is going to be a fake pitch. Looking for the quick pass. Batted away on a good save there by the Trojans. Looks like that might have been Dallas Wilson who batted it away. This safety.
Well, there's a concern here because I think if you're Mount Vernon, you have not been able to do some of the same things you did last night. And Charleston has adjusted and adapted. Now they kind of like the ball's in the court of Mount Vernon. What are you going to do to counter the adjustments that Charleston has done?
We shall see. Reeves under center, split to the left side with Tyus, split to the right way. 3rd and 3 from their own 34. Looks like they were trying to maybe go for a reverse. That or just a sweep that went wrong with Jylen Rush. Bring up 4th down on the loss.
That was a double handoff. They're trying to go double handoff, go one direction and back to the other with the running backs, and that did not work. Charleston way too good up front right now. Charleston's defensive line seems a lot more aggressive this afternoon than they were last night. Mount Vernon offensive line was dominating last night. However, this afternoon, Charleston very aggressive up front and knocking back and getting good penetration on plays for the Charleston defense.
Wilson and Beard back to return for the Trojans. Dylan Reeves on to punt with 45 seconds left to go in the first half. 4th and 7 for the Rams from their own 30. Good snap. Let's see the punt. It is going to be high up in the air. Gets a lot of hang time.
Yeah.
Doesn't go very far. It should be at about, ooh, that's friendly.
Well, that's
Be
the
about
old
the 42.
That's a hosel rocket happened there to old Dylan Reeves. That ball was off the hosel. And unfortunately for Mount Vernon, they barely got past the chains of the first down that they had to reach on their drive. And now Charleston will have it at the Mount Vernon 38 again with just 39 seconds to go in the first half.
Bird Watson Drug in Mount Vernon makes life easier for you. They will bring their pharmacy right to your door with free prescription delivery service. That's Bird Watson Drug. 2 locations in Mount Vernon. 39.2 ticks to go on this first half clock. 1st and 10 for Chucktown. Ball on the Ram 43-yard line. Or 37, rather, as they respotted the football. Quick pass to the right side. Dallas Wilson slips a tackle by Burrows. Heiner gives chase. Stays in bounds, but it'll be forced out. They stay at about the 23. It'll be a gain of enough for a first down with 32 seconds left in the half. Good move to get out of bounds.
4 catches and 43 yards now for number 7. Dallas Wilson made the catch again. Another missed tackle. All these missed tackles right now are giving Charleston extra yardage, and for the Trojans right now, the sense of life and the ability maybe to get a lead going in the half.
There's one good play. Make your own great play when you open a Community First Bank free high-yield checking account that earns cash back. Just ask for one. Member FDIC. I formation, 2 left, 1 to the right. McInerney split to the right side. Boyer under center. He's looking to that right side on a fade route, and that is going to be overthrown again with 28.4 seconds left as it falls incomplete.
Well, that's there because you got a taller receiver in McInerney out there, and he can go up for it, and that's not a bad play. But what the quarterback, he's a sophomore because there's an injury on the field. He's got to learn not to throw where that guy's at now and overthrow it. He's got to pick a spot near that pylon in the end zone and throw it there on the lob and let that guy go run underneath it and get it.
See what kind of adjustments they can make. 28.4 seconds left here in the first half. 2nd and 10 for the Trojans from the Mount Vernon 23-yard line. Ball spotted on the far side. 6-0 Rams on top, hanging on to an early touchdown back in the first quarter last night from Graham Hinken, as the Rams will all take a knee on the sidelines, and hopefully everybody's okay out there on the field.
Well, Mount Vernon got dinged up last night a little bit, and this time of year you start seeing some things, and unfortunately for Mount Vernon, the injury bug's starting to hit a little bit as number 74, Trevor Schubert, is picked up. He's walking off on his own power. Looks maybe like turned an ankle. He'll walk across to the applause of the orange and black below us.
The junior Schubert, who is 5'11", weighs 250 pounds. Comes off with a bit limp, but on his own accord. 28.4 seconds left here in the first half. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Holly Carroll back at the Mount Vernon studio. Jeff Crow with us here providing the video for WMIXsports.com. Split the left, McInerney. The tight end, number 14, Cole Hoover, is in the right slot. Dallas Wilson split to the right out of the eye. They're going to look for a quick pass here. Another fade toward the end zone. This one is going to be picked off by Tyus. And he will fall in the end zone for a touchback with 28.8 seconds left as the Rams come up big defensively.
Well, that there was a big defensive play. The secondary gets credit for the interception. But Mount Vernon gambled and sold out up front. They sent a blitz in, and they sent just about everybody and able to get pressure on the Charleston quarterback. And there was nothing that Boyer could do is throw it up weakly, and it looked like a dying quail after being shot. Kind of floated to the ground right into the hands of Rush, who kept in the end zone, and now we'll take over the Rams well at the 20. It'll be interesting to see if Mount Vernon just downs it with 20 seconds to go and gets in a half with a lead.
Well, 1st and 10 from their own 20. Ball in the far hash. 20.8 seconds to go in this first half. Rams hanging on to a 6-0 lead. Reeves, the quarterback under center. Rush in motion. Inside handoff is going to go to Drew Hester. He'll lunge forward to about the 25. Between the hashes with 15 seconds left. As Coach Shaner calls a timeout with about 15 seconds left. Clock drops to 12.7, and this timeout is presented by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy. 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon as Jared Shaner burns the final timeout here, trying to get something going, maybe get a quick score in before the halftime break.
I think right now, stalemate, obviously, since the game has started here, but you almost have to think it's advantage Charleston right now with the way they've come out and shut down Mount Vernon, considering what Mount Vernon did before the lightning delay.
No doubt. Rams came up big defensively a moment ago, sent pressure to the front. Xavier Tyus came up with the first Ram interception of this young season here in week 2, and it happened with 20.8 seconds left in this first half of game number 2. The Rams lead Charleston 6-0. You're listening to us on WMIX, video at WMIXsports.com. Follow us on the Twitterverse. We're on Facebook as well. We also have SoundCloud now, Instagram. Getting that off of the ground as well. 2nd and 5. Here for the Rams. Ball is on their own 25-yard line. Reeves, the quarterback, play action, looking to roll to the near side. Has a man downfield, and this one is going to be underthrown. And it'll be intercepted by Wilson. So the Rams try for a deep pass, well underthrown by about 10 yards. It's picked off by Wilson. And now with 4.1 seconds left, the Trojans have a chance at about midfield, 1st and 10.
I think you take a snap off that left hash mark if you're Charleston. I think you roll it out to the right, and you throw one down the field and see what your young sophomore can do. That's what may be a possibility. They could also kneel and be happy because they've started for the 3rd time at their own 47-yard line on a drive in this game this afternoon, 2nd quarter alone.
4.1 seconds left to go here in the 2nd quarter. Mount Vernon 6, Charleston 0 as we near the halftime break. We'll have the Second Chance Auto halftime show coming up. We'll recap the first half that was, get you caught up on some scores. Boyer, of course, is under center out of the eye. And then just going to hand it off up the middle, and that is how this first half will end. After 2 quarters, the Mount Vernon Rams 6, the Charleston Trojans 0. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
The Medicine Shop in Mount Vernon is inviting you to their community health fair. Join us Saturday, September 20th at the Holiday Inn Ballroom and Atrium in Mount Vernon. Not going to meet your deductible? Take advantage of the low-cost lab work that Saturday morning. PSA test only $27. CBC, $10. PSH test, $25. And lipid test, $20. We'll have speakers and seminars discussing many new and exciting topics. Eric Black will talk about hormone replacement therapy. Dr. David Asbury will discuss robotic surgery technology. There's healthy cooking demonstrations beginning at 9 a.m. A free continental breakfast will be served, and free tote bags will be given away to the first 500 guests. Save the date, Saturday, September 20th from 7:30 till 11 a.m. It's the Medicine Shop's Community Health Fair at the Holiday Inn Ballroom and Atrium in Mount Vernon. Call us 618-242-8776 for more information.
Looking for a free checking account that still offers rewards for doing the things you already do? Introducing Cha-Ching. This is Susan Sahaki with People's National Bank. We want you to get the most out of your money, which is why we offer Cha-Ching Cashback Checking. Cha-Ching Cashback lets you earn 2% on all your debit card purchases. We'll even refund your ATM fees nationwide. There's never a minimum balance to earn any of your Cha-Ching Cashback rewards. Stop by People's National Bank for details on our new Cha-Ching Checking. Qualifications and rules apply. Member FDIC.
More Americans are on the move today than ever before. One of the most popular modes of transportation is the motorcycle. Motorcycles take us to our jobs, schools, to the beach, and all around the country. If you're a bike rider, your Beacon Insurance agent Page Insurance on Crown View in Mount Vernon wants to make sure you have the best insurance protection while you're riding. Ask about the money-saving auto cycle discount and the experienced driver discount, too. Call Page Insurance at 242-7000 today about motorcycle insurance from Beacon Insurance.
Don't just dream about a better job. Go get it with scores of programs that take 2 years, 1 year, or even just a few months to complete. Red Lake College is your gateway to a career you'll love. From nursing to coal mining, from computer programming to cosmetology, and everything in between. Red Lake College is affordable, convenient, and ready to get you trained for your new job fast. Call us at 618-437-5321 or visit us at rlc.edu.
They don't need fancy sales gimmicks or billboards at Second Chance Auto in Mount Vernon because it's their reputation for honesty and fairness that make friends tell friends about them. What other buy here, pay here dealership in the area offers you bank rate financing? Second Chance does. You can save up to thousands on the total cost of your vehicle. Not sure if you qualify? That's easy. A 2-minute call to 244-4582 will get you started. Or stop by Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. You won't be disappointed.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The Second Chance Auto halftime show starts now.
Welcome back. J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. The Mount Vernon Rams lead the Charleston Trojans here at the half by a score of 6-0. This is your Second Chance Auto halftime show. What other buy here, pay here dealer in the area can save you hundreds, even thousands on the total cost of your vehicle? Second Chance Auto can. Stop by their impressive lot and find out more. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East here in Mount Vernon. It's 6-0 Rams at the break. Somehow.
It's an interesting not a first half, an interesting start to this ball game for today, because you get the distinct impression that even though Mount Vernon's winning, that lead is very tenuous, because you don't get the impression that if you took away the scoreboard and you just watch what happened on the field, you would think Charleston was winning. I mean, Charleston made adjustments, took advantage, did a lot of good things in that first half, moved the football. Now, Mount Vernon's defense stiffened up at the right time and prevented them from scoring, but right now, if you go in the second half playing that game, you got to feel the odds are with Charleston to be able to score at least one time in that second half.
Well, no doubt about that. And, of course, the way the Rams started out last night, you thought, okay, maybe this could be a good offensive showing for the Orange and Black, but then the Lightning came in. The rest is history. Both teams given a little bit more time to prepare for one another, and we see what has happened here this afternoon. We need to take a break. When we come back, we'll have more Second Chance Auto halftime show coming your way. We'll talk more about the first half that was and or wasn't. We'll have a scoreboard update. We'll also run down some of your team stats in that first half. We'll take that break. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Max credit, no problem. Auto Mart of Salem is here to help. Auto Mart of Salem is your local stop here, pay here headquarters. Quality cars, vans, SUVs, trucks in stock now. All credit applications are accepted. Stop here and pay here at Auto Mart of Salem, 1819 West Main, Salem, Illinois. Shop online at automartofsalem.com or call us at 618-548-8611. Rams fans, check out the Rams apparel at Winning Edge. They have the largest supply of MVTHS t-shirts, hoodies, golf shirts, caps, bags, and more. If you can't find the right item, they'll customize it for you. In addition to great selection of Rams gear, Winning Edge specializes in screen printing and embroidery, which are the longest lasting promotional items. Winning Edge will get you the right active wear for your business, school, or event, and will help you make a lasting impression. Find Winning Edge downtown at 212 South 9th Street, on the web at winningedgeusa.com, and on Facebook. Your home for the Mount Vernon Rams is WMIX Sports, powered by Community First Bank.
Welcome back, AM 940 and WMIXsports.com as we near the top of the 4 o'clock hour. Here we are at halftime. The Mount Vernon Rams lead the Charleston Trojans 6-0 from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. With Danny Czerwinski, I'm Chris Hugo. We have a look at your scoring and stats here in your Second Chance Auto halftime show.
Well, those scoring and stats are not what was going on here, what we've seen so far today. First downs, Mount Vernon with 8, but they had 7 of those last night. Charleston has 5 first downs, 4 of those this afternoon. The turnover bug has really hit both teams, each with 3 in the second quarter, so that gives them 3 each in the first half. Penalties, Mount Vernon 3 for 17 yards, Charleston 2 for 10 yards. Rushing department, Mount Vernon has 122 rushing yards compared to 39 for Charleston. Mount Vernon with 20 passing yards compared to 79 for the Trojans. So the Rams have outgained Charleston 142 to 118 and lead on the scoreboard by a score of 6-0 here at the half.
And there you go. Second Chance Auto provides its halftime show, which Buy Here, Pay Here dealership offers the largest selection of quality, dependable vehicles in one location at a great price, and family-owned and operated for 35 years. The answer is Second Chance Auto. Stop by their impressive lot at Route 142 East in Mount Vernon and find out more. We'll take another break. We'll come back, get you caught up on some scores from around the region. Some of the games being made up today on this Saturday. 6-0 Rams here at the half. This is the Second Chance Auto halftime show from WMIX Sports.
I have been suffering with carpal tunnel for years. It's helping with the symptoms of tingling of my fingers and gradually getting worse to the total numbness of my fingers were so numb and swollen I couldn't even bend them. It was waking me up several times at night, and I was exhausted all day.
If this sounds familiar, you may be suffering from a condition called carpal tunnel syndrome. Dr. Ahn at the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois specializes in treatment of the hand and wrist and treats carpal tunnel as well as treatment of the shoulder and elbow. He performs a minimally invasive procedure on patients who fail to respond to non-surgical methods of treatment. Endoscopic carpal tunnel relief is a surgical treatment used to minimize pain, reduce scarring, reduce therapy, and allows patients to resume normal activities in a short period of time. Endoscopic surgery is a highly effective treatment and has been used for more than 20 years. For an appointment, please call Dr. Ahn at the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois at 242-3778 or visit us online at orthocenter-si.com.
Here's Jeff Schmidt for Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon.
We still have some 2013 Cadillac ATS and CTS to move, and the incentives are unbelievable right now. These cars must go, and we're doing whatever it takes to move them out. The interiors are beautiful. They're fun to drive. You really need to come in and take one for a test drive. We've got the selection, and we've got the service to make your buying experience second to none.
Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway at Mount Vernon.
Broadcasting live from the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Tyler's. This is Mount Vernon Rams football.
Welcome back, Second Chance Auto halftime show. What other Buy Here, Pay Here dealer in the area can save you hundreds and thousands on the cost of your vehicle? Second Chance Auto can. Stop by their impressive lot and find out more. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Proud sponsors of the Rams halftime here at WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Danny Czerwinski alongside. I'm Chris Hugo. Jeff Crow is with us with the video at WMIXsports.com. Holly Carroll takes care of things back at our Mount Vernon studio. It was the first half that was. It took 2 days to complete. And right now, the Rams on top of Charleston 6-0, but we have some scores and now even some finals from around the region.
All kinds of finals now. Murphy beat AJ 38-13. Red Devils go 2-0 on the year. Last night, Carterville whitewashed Massac 50-0 on the road. DuQuoin holds on today at home to shut out Harrisburg 6-0. Pinckneyville 2-0 with an impressive win at home against Frankfort today, 51-21. Benton leads Sparta 21-6 at the half. That will resume the night at 7 p.m. Chester goes on the road, beats Vienna Goreville this afternoon 61-19. Heron holds on to beat Carbondale on the road 38-23. Of course, Centralia beat East Alton Wood River last night 28-0. Carmi beat El Dorado 28-6 last night. Johnston City goes to 2-0, beating the Red Devils of Cecilville Waltonville Woodlawn on the road today, 21-14. Last night, Hamilton County shut out Fairfield, or I should say Fairfield shut out Hamilton County 50-0. And CZR lost today, finished a game at Nashville losing 51-13. Mount Carmel, who is on the opponent for the Rams in Week 9, beat Mount Vernon, Indiana last night 41-21. Edwards County lost to Marshall 43-0, and Carlisle lost another heartbreaker in the final minutes or seconds to Freeburg today 13-7. Triad, who Mount Vernon plays next week on the road, hosts Collinsville tonight at 7 p.m., and of course Marion is at Champaign Centennial tonight at 7, as is Alton at Cahokia at 7 p.m. In soccer, T-Town beat Mount Vernon 4-2, and the Mount Vernon Lady Rams right now, I believe, 0-2 at the Carbondale tournament in volleyball as they continue their way on through things.
Losses to Marion and Anna Jonesboro, I believe, down at the Carbondale preview tournament for Lady Rams volleyball. Their next broadcast will be, I believe, September the 15th. That's a Monday night, come to think of it, on WMIX and WMIXsports.com. You can find every Lady Rams home match on WMIX. That scoreboard update, meanwhile, presented by Bird Watson Drug. 2 locations to serve you better in Mount Vernon. Find comfort in one of Bird Watson Drug's many lift chairs. Allow Bird Watson to find the perfect fit for your maximum comfort. Stop by Bird Watson Drug at 12th and Main here in the Fair King City. So let's see. Here at the half, your Second Chance Auto halftime show. Plenty more to talk about. You take a look at the Rams, what they were able to do last night, moving the ball on the ground, moving it effectively, and you knew that as soon as the Lightning came, the suspension, and then the ultimate delaying it until 3:30 today, that'd give the Trojans some time maybe to review some film, and you kind of knew that at that point any momentum the Rams had, which they had it briefly for about 33 minutes last night, kind of come to an end today as they've closed up some of those gaps they had on that particular side.
Well, right now Charleston has completely shut down Mount Vernon's running game, and this is a case where the delay till today has really helped Charleston out defensively, and Mount Vernon has not been able to run the football like they did last night. They got a ton of yardage going to the left last night, and Mount Vernon has nothing. And Charleston's done a great job of giving a different look up front. They're not putting as many guys down in a 3-point stance on the line. And then, of course, Mount Vernon has to deal with that. And then Mount Vernon Rams at half will have to make some adjustments as far as this goes if they want to be able to run the football anywhere near like they did last night.
And we'll see what they're able to do in the second half. It'll be Charleston football, if I remember correctly, to start half number 2. The Rams scored early. That was in the first quarter. Graham Hinken, I believe, had a 3-yard touchdown scamper in the first, and since then it's been silent offensively for both teams as far as hitting pay dirt. We'll talk about what the Rams need to do in the second half. We'll talk about what the Trojans need to do in the second half to win this ball game. 6-0 Mount Vernon at the break. This is your Second Chance Auto halftime show. We'll take a quick break. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
There's no other Toyota dealership like it in the region. It's totally checked out, chic, and totally new.
Tyler Toyota. Like car heaven.
It's totally brand new.
Totally built for you.
Welcome to Tyler Toyota, the best car and truck buying experience in Southern Illinois. Total.
Totally.
We're celebrating the grand opening. Newly renovated and highly celebrated Tyler Toyota. Totally.
Tyler Toyota.
Renly College's adult volunteer literacy program is looking for volunteers to help stop adult illiteracy. Give the gift of reading and be a hero forever. Renly College will provide you with training and materials to help adults develop the basic reading ability needed to excel. You can work one-on-one, tutor a small group, or work with students in an adult education classroom. Experience the joy of helping others and change a life. Call Renly College's volunteer partnership toll-free at 800-369-5321, extension 1342. Back to Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Welcome back, WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. WMIXsports.com has your video. Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports, same handle for Instagram, SoundCloud, and Facebook as well. You can find YouTube archives on our website, WMIXsports.com, as well as a full scoreboard of what will be finished football tonight. It was kind of a mess on the scoreboard last night with the suspended games, but this one was no different. It fell victim to the lightning that came through the region, and the Rams offense appears to have fallen victim thanks to the Charleston defense. What do the Rams need to do in that second half to try to get some life back into their offense?
One thing there is get some life back. I think Mount Vernon came out very flat here to start this ball game where they picked it up in the second quarter. I think Mount Vernon needs some life back in their legs and their bodies, get themselves back up to where they were last night. I think that's one of the things Charleston's taken advantage. It's kind of like Charleston has used a second life. Secondly, Mount Vernon's got to tackle better. I mean, the one play where Charleston or two have made big yardage, it's because of missed tackles. That's the next thing. I think third on offense, Mount Vernon's going to have to change some things up. They've been doing some things like last night, but you're going to play calling's going to have to do something to kind of make that defense be a little bit more honest about things, because defense right now is at a distinct advantage as far as where they want to line up, where they want to go, and Mount Vernon has not adjusted from what Charleston changed last night heading into the rest of this game today.
Well, I think the question you have to ask yourself now is, with the adjustments that Charleston's made, we'll get into what their chances are and what they need to do here in just a moment, but more or less, can the Rams defense continue to hold up like it has the rest of this second half and keep the Rams on top?
Well, we're learning that the Mount Vernon defense can be good. They're not where they need to be because they have to work on finishing off tackles. If they were to start finishing off tackles and whatnot, then the defense could be pretty good. And you can tell that they're going to give up plays like everybody else does, but their tackling has to improve. It can't get any worse. Now, and you like what Mount Vernon's been able to do. They've stopped Charleston. So, what else could you ask for? It's just a matter of what will happen here in the second half and if Mount Vernon can match that energy that Charleston's brought to the table.
Of course, now for the Trojans, made some nice adjustments defensively and been able to stop the Ram run. What do they need to do in the second half to overcome this 6-0 deficit and come away with a win?
They've got to be a little less sloppy with things. I think Charleston right now, if they got down into the red zone a couple times and they kind of went conservative. I think you got to take a gamble. You got to take a risk. You're the ones that had to ride the bus 2 hours plus to get down here today and last night. Go ahead and take a risk here and there. They've got some athletes and some skill guys. They could get some things done to the outside if they stretch the field a little bit. I think the power game is okay for them, but I think they can get to the outside and stretch a little bit and see what happens.
Well, we will see what happens in half number 2 as we're about 90 seconds away. It'll be Trojan football to start as they kicked off in the first half. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Jeff Crow with us. Holly Carroll back at the Mount Vernon studio. Rams back at it Friday night, not next Friday, but Friday night now. 6:30 your pregame, 7 o'clock your kickoff from Troy. It's Triad High School, home of the Knights. The Rams and Knights again do battle in week number 3, but it's become a nice little rivalry for the two teams.
Good rivalry, good setting, good accommodations for us when we go to Triad. We always enjoy a trip over there in the Metro East area, and we get to see some things. And we expect a great contest, and we expect that somebody from Mount Vernon will be at Troy tonight to take in that Triad-Collinsville game.
Yeah, it should be a dandy between those two teams. That in itself is also a nice little rivalry. And some may be wondering, we talk all about this Apollo Conference Mississippi Valley crossover scheduling. It is not mandatory for any schools to participate in that. It's just an agreement they have. Whoever wants to participate can. Triad, if I'm not mistaken, is not one of those schools that participates in it. Obviously, with their schedule, they do play Mat 2 in, I believe, week 1, but they have Collinsville, Mount Vernon, and Althoff for the rest of their non-conference schedule.
It makes some sense for them to do Althoff and Collinsville being in their area where they're at geographically located, and we hope that they keep Mount Vernon on the schedule because you don't want to run into a situation like Marion, have to travel I-57 multiple times. Think of Marion. They're going to have to make 3 trips for 2 games to Champaign this year.
They are. They're back on at 7 p.m. tonight against the Chargers of Champaign Centennial tonight, and I think the Triad Mount Vernon rivalry has been great for both teams when it comes to postseason time. So hopefully that stays on the schedule for some time to come. Dallas Wilson on the right. Near man will be Kevin Beard back to return the kick. It'll come from Dylan Reeves to start our second half of action. So we begin the third quarter in just a moment here. WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Glad to have you with us. Stick with us the rest of the way. Here for the Rams and Trojans as we go down to the wire. Reeves is back to kick. Looks to be about ready. Here comes the hand down, and the kick will be on the way. It'll be on the ground. Ooh, right about through the 5-hole. I believe that to be the tight end, and this is going to be returned to about midfield. Nice bring down there. Cole Hoover tripped up to about the 46. Believe that was Brandon Rutherford on the tackle.
Well, that time again, Charleston will start in between the 45s. That is where they have started all day long in this ball game, and for Charleston, that's what's going to happen. They get good field position again here to start this third quarter, and you cannot keep dodging bullets like this if you're Mount Vernon.
Well, the bread and butter, as they say, as it appears to be where the Trojans start here. Right about midfield, it'll be Ram territory at the 46. The ball just inside the near hash. They're going to load up trips on the right side, one to the left. Single back out of this set, and it's going to be a quick handoff. Rams sniff it out, and that is a good tackle there by Brighton Steele. It'll be a loss on the run by number 24, Kenny Smallhorn, the 5'11 sophomore. It'll be 2nd and 11 now for the Trojans. 11:37 to play in this third quarter. Interesting. Greedy First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of Rams Athletics here on WMIX. Find their 5 Jefferson County branches, Mount Vernon, Dix, Woodlawn, and Ina. Ask about one checking and allow them to be the first to say, welcome back to personal banking. Nice set now, split left and right. Rams almost offside. It's going to be a handoff to Frederick up the middle. Here comes a late flag, and this is going to be between the hashes to about the 42. It's a gain of 5 at the moment.
Now it's going to be motion on Charleston, so it'll be a 5-yard penalty and back them up some more. Their third penalty for 15 yards total in the game, and Charleston will back up 5 yards. They'll do it again on second and what will be about 16.
That it will. 11:14 to play in the third quarter. 6-0 your score. The Mount Vernon Rams lead the Charleston Trojans in this non-conference battle. Conference play for the Rams gets started On September the 19th, after a road game at Triad, they return here to battle the Altoff Crusaders, an Altoff team that has a good matchup for their own the next 2 weeks. They have Jefferson City, Missouri, and then they travel to Mater Dei next week, I believe. So 2nd and 16, back past midfield into Trojan territory. Boy, I'm ready for the Knights if you can't tell.
Well, the Chariots have got to get going here if you're the Trojans right now.
11 minutes to play in the third quarter. Out of the shotgun now for the quarterback. It's going to be a handoff, and this isn't going to be for much. Brought down at about the 45. It's another tackle for loss. Looks like Heiner, Steele, and who else did I see in there for the Rams? I thought I saw Arcuri.
I think it would behoove Charleston to try to get the ball out and about and try to get that offense spread out a little bit, because right now they can't go toe-to-toe power football with Mount Vernon up the middle. The tackles right now for Mount Vernon dominating those A and B gaps in there around that football.
3rd and 8 now. Quarterback Boyer will be under center. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Single back in the backfield. And looking to pass, obviously, to the right side. It's going to be a deep bomb, and this will be out of the reach of the quarterback. Gage Burrows, who gave it an effort. It was overthrown by 10 to 15 yards. It'll be 4th and 19 for the Trojans from their own 46 with 10:17 left in the third quarter.
As this becomes a defensive standoff here, and Mount Vernon right now again stops Charleston in their own tracks and will take over, but you got to have something if you're Mount Vernon. You can't get that magic back you had last night offensively as of yet.
The ball is between the hashes at about the 44-yard line. We're actually about the 45 with 10:17 left. Back to punt. It will be Connor Griffin back to return at about the 20 for the Rams. Here comes the punt. It's going to tail off to the near side out of the reach of Tyus. It'll take actually a bounce out of bounds roughly at about the 22-yard line, where the Rams will have it 1st and 10. 10:09 left to go in this third quarter. 6-0 Rams on top as they hang on to the lead.
Well, if you want to put together a drive, no time like the present for Mount Vernon. They're going to have to see, be curious to see what their adjustments are as far as running the football here is.
They're going to have to do something if they want to win this game. Video streaming powered by Rend Lake College, where you can save thousands on your collegiate education. See how and apply online at rlc.edu. Rend Lake College, your journey starts here. The quarterback reads under center, split left and right are your receivers. It's going to be a handoff. It'll sweep to Miller Gray, still behind the line of scrimmage. Finally gets past. There's going to be a flag on the play. He's at the 40. Gets to midfield, off to the races. Could come back, though. 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. There is a flag on the play. It would be a 78-yard run. It is going to be a holding call, and it does look to be against the Rams.
Well, it was not even a holding call. It was a 2-point takedown via the jersey, and very obvious hold on Mount Vernon. It'll cost them a 13-yard penalty based on where that flag is at, and that hurts because that was 6 points taken off the board. Something was done well, and it was a hold behind the play that didn't need to have happen, but it did, and the Charleston defender was pulled to the ground via the jersey.
Well, it was one of those, as soon as the flag came out, it was hard to get excited once DMG broke past the initial rush of tacklers, would-be tacklers, about the 40, and he was able to break through and get to the races himself, but the flag will bring it back, and this is going to be a long penalty for the Rams with 9:55 left to go in the third quarter. 6-0 is the Ram lead here from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium.
That hurts in more ways than one. Not only takes 6 points off the board, now Mount Vernon has about 1st and 20 from their own 13-yard line. Have to get 12-yard line. Have to get to the 32.
Woof.
Yeah, that kind of deflates you a little bit when that goes on. What a break for Charleston.
Well, Miller Gray will check out as he appears to be a little gassed after that run. It's going to be another sweep. This time Drew Hester's going to try to get to the outside. Can they do it again as he gets to the 20? To about the 25, well shy of 30, but this is going to be a big gain for the Rams on the ground via Hester on a sweep. And it is to about the 25, so a gain of about 13 will cut it to 2nd and 7. That's more manageable.
More manageable, and you can see Hester, when he got those shoulders turned upfield, had a big stream of momentum behind him, able to turn up. Good blocking, especially on the outside by Mount Vernon to turn the defenders in toward the inside, and Hester was able to bust free, and now 2nd and 7, kind of a manageable play here.
So Miller Gray checks back in. Split to the left side, it'll be Tyus. Split to the right, it'll be Waith. Quarterback Reeves will be under center as another back happens to be Remington Paris. And this is going to be a sweep to the near side now. Jylan Rush makes a nice run, but it's going to be for nowhere. Probably about a no gain at the 25. It'll bring up 3rd and 7-ish.
But I'm telling you, if you don't get upfield quickly on this Charleston defense, they're going to hunt you down if you keep dancing around and go side to side. And this one defensive aspect you see from them, speed they have. Problem is they don't like to take people on one-on-one where Mount Vernon needs to be powering that football.
They've got a nice closing speed on their defense.
And their gang tackle. They're everywhere. You see multiple jerseys after whoever has the ball.
See what happens here. Same personnel for the Rams. Quarterback Dylan Reeves is under center with 8:33 left in the 3rd. And this is going to be a quick turnaround pass and well underthrown. So the Rams could have squandered an opportunity here. Not sure miscommunication or what happened, but underthrown is by about 5 to 7 yards. It'll be 4th and 7 now as it falls incomplete with 8:29 left to go in the 3rd. Rams are hanging on 6-0, but they're going to have to punt.
Well, 6-0, and unfortunately for Mount Vernon, they have one of those deals, and Mount Vernon again struggles as we can tell you that Civic Memorial beats Mattoon today 48-16.
Wow.
Civic more impressive. Mattoon, of course, lost a whole ton of talent from last year's team.
That they did. A lot of their key skill players. Looks like we're going to have a timeout to talk about it here. This timeout is presented by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. You're invited to the Medicine Shop's Community Health Fair Saturday morning, September 20th at the Mount Vernon Holiday Inn. Take advantage of low-cost lab work, free continental breakfast, and so much more. Call the Medicine Shop for all of the details, 618-242-8776. Medicine Shop Pharmacy powers this Ram timeout. 8:29 to go in the 3rd. 6-0 ball game. Rams hanging on, but it's 4th and 7 now with the ball on their own 25-yard line.
What an absolute difference under 24 hours makes for Charleston. They look like a whole different team out here. Much different look to the Trojans, and they seem to have the step and pep here in this afternoon of this football game. Sometimes it's hard to get that momentum back that Mount Vernon had going last night where they just blowing Charleston off the ball and doing what they wanted.
Wilson and Beard back to return the Reeves punt with 8:29 left to go in the 3rd. Off of 4th and 7. Here comes a big booming punt, end over end. Gets to about midfield, almost muffed there, but a good job by Gage Burrows to go ahead and down Beard just past the 45 at about the 46. Will be 1st and 10 in Trojan territory for Charleston, trailing 6-0 with 8:22 left.
Oh, former Cahokia wide receiver Jimmy Hunt had 2 touchdown catches, six of those for 71 yards for Missouri today in their win over Toledo.
Jimmy Hunt, a name synonymous with a 80-yard drive in 20 seconds back here in 2008-ish. Had to redshirt a year at Mizzou.
Well, if you're Charleston, this is a time where you can make some points here while Mount Vernon's kind of feeling sorry right now.
I would say so. Looking for the quick pass. It's complete to Frederick. It'll be a gain of 2 at the moment. Forward progress took him to about the 47-48. With 8:10 to play in the 3rd quarter, we'll have a Tony Wilt State Farm Player of the Game coming up in our post-game show. Tony Wilt's glad to help your family with all of their insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town. Right now, it's going to be a tough call on the Ram Player of the Game.
Well, it is right now. It might be the defense because they're the ones holding fort right now. We'll have to do it again.
No doubt about that. 7:46 remains in this 3rd quarter. Clock rolls. Play clock is at 6. It's going to be an inside handoff. Past midfield to about the 47-48 yard line. Make that 49-48 yard line.
Charleston's picked it up on the offensive line, too. I mean, they're doing a much better job of rooting out the black shirts defensively from Mount Vernon. That was just a dive, and that time there, Charleston won the battle up front with the Hogs and got about 3 yards.
Force a carry is from Kevin Reddish, the sophomore. 7:16 to play in the 3rd. It's 3rd and 5 now. Maybe closer to 3rd and 4 here for Chucktown. 7:10 to play in the 3rd, trailing 6-0. Under center, the quarterback, Rich Boyer. I set. This time, play action. He's going to roll to the right side, looking to dump off a pass out of the reach of the intended receiver, Colin McInerney, who had it beyond the 40 and got past the far hash, had running room, but couldn't come up with it as it was slightly overthrown.
That play is there, and I think we'll see that play again later on. But Charleston had that play set up and just could not get it taken care of. And had they been able to make the connection, could have been big yardage because there wasn't a lot of black shirts over there to try to tackle him. Well, that was a nice play at the drag play over the right, from left to right by the wide receiver.
6:59 left to go in the third quarter. Trojans
going for field position. They'll punt it away. Take their chances.
Can't blame them here, playing the law of averages. Nice spiraled punt off
roll
the foot
over. Yep.
Of Connor Griffin, and this one is not quite going to get to the end zone, or is it?
Yep.
It just barely gets in, not getting there in time, but a great running effort to Austin Armstrong. Just got there a hair late. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 20 with 6:45 to play in the third.
Just rolled over the goal line. That was a great punt there for Charleston. You could see that ball kind of wobbling down there, and would have had way too much steam. Wouldn't have been able to stay out of the end zone on its own, and now Mount Vernon will start at their own 20 once again. Field positions definitely favored Charleston in this game here, the rest of the game this afternoon, as their average start of drives is between the 45s, while Mount Vernon's been the 20 or less.
See what the Rams do. Able to come up with here. 6:49 to play in the third. 6-0 ball game. Rams hanging on at this point. Split to the left and to the right. Miller Gray will be in motion. Inside handoff going to come to Jylen Rush. Gets pushed from behind actually by a Trojan defender. Gets maybe a yard, 2 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down. 6:40 to go in the third.
Mount Vernon conservative here. Shadow their own goalpost with 6.5 to go in the third. I like to see Mount Vernon kind of stretch, get to the outside a little bit, see if you can get some speed, maybe a little screen pass, maybe outside something. Kind of change things up a little bit, and Charleston's getting closer and closer inside that box. They have 9, now 10 guys inside the box.
Split to the right side. That is Derek Waith on the left, Xavier Tyus. They're going to spread things out a little bit here on 2nd down. In motion rush. It's going to be a handoff coming to Remington Paris. Off tackle up the middle. Shy of the 30, so it'll be a gain of about one judge don't quite like the spot. Yikes. So it'll be a nice little gain there for Paris, but it'll still be 3rd down for the Rams. It'll be 3rd and about 2 with 5:50 to go in the third. Interesting. So between the hashes it goes. We'll go with the same setup here for the Rams with Rush, Paris, and Miller Gray as your backs. Tyus, you're split in. It's going to be a QB keeper, it would seem, on the quarterback sneak for Reeves. Looks like he has just enough, according to the judge here on the side.
Well, you hope he does, and that's
right,
what it is.
White hat said yes.
About 3 yards. It'll be a 1st down. That's only the 2nd 1st down in daylight play for Mount Vernon today. Now what thing it is when you run that quarterback keeper, Dylan Reeves has to go to the sideline to get the play, and then we'll have to run back to the huddle, so no rest for him. But luckily the snap, or I should say the ball was not placed down, but late. Now allow him to run around.
5:22 to play in the third quarter. 6-0 Rams. Same personnel here, except, Heiner will come in. He'll be a slot receiver to this right side along with Waith. In motion, Miller Gray. It's going to be a flip out to the right side. Miller Gray is going to break a tackle to 40, gets to 45, down finally at about the 45, struggling to bring him down. The safety, Wilson, came over the top for some assistance, and it's going to be a big run of 24 yards for DMG, and that's what he needed.
Misdirection that time. Mount Vernon faked, got Miller Gray going to the left. And then they faked it to another guy on the dive up the middle, and the defense sucked in there. And when they did, Miller Gray came back to the right on the pitch, on the option pitch, and you could see him take off for 25 easy yards.
What an option it was with 4:55 to play in the third quarter. 6-0 is your score. Rams on top. Back in Trojan territory, and this is going to be a handoff to Jesse Green. Green's going to put the head down, get pushed forward a little bit, actually gets a gain of about 3. So it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Rams with 4:40 to go in the third.
You feel like Charleston's missed some opportunities, and you feel like now the momentum is starting to swing a little bit towards Mount Vernon, getting more yardage, getting some positive gains with the football on the ground, and you just feel like Charleston had their opportunities in that second quarter and couldn't get things done.
Get you more scores throughout the afternoon and into the evening here on WMIX, presented by Bird Watson Drug. 2nd and 7 for the Rams. Ball in the Charleston 42 on the near hash. Reeves under center. Gonna fake as he'll roll to the near side, trying to break a couple tacklers. Dives forward. Probably not a good move for the quarterback, but he gets to about the 38. Gain of roughly 4-ish.
Wow. Boy, Mount Vernon got a break.
Wow.
And what I mean was there was an actual spear. A guy went down, and the Mount Vernon blocker went down right after him. And lucky that Mount Vernon was not called for a spear there because of the way that worked out. But the yardage was gained on the run, and Mount Vernon now running a little bit more downhill, finding some running room by getting out to the outside a little bit and using that power to get upfield quickly.
They have another 3rd and 4. 4:08 left in the third quarter. Rams on top 6-0, looking for win number 1 of the year. Trying to get some momentum going into the Week 3 contest at Triad. We'll have that game for you with video. Backs are Paris, Hester, and Miller Gray, and they're going to have to burn a timeout to play clock at 2. Just a little discombobulated there as this timeout's presented by the Medicine Shop.
And now Mount Vernon only has 1 timeout left for the entire rest of this ball game, at least for the rest of this, and that is not good.
Better start getting some points now if that be the case. 3:56 left in the third quarter. This timeout presented by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy at 2339 Broadway as they shift their operations on Saturday, September 20th to the Mount Vernon Holiday Inn. You're invited to their community health fair. Take advantage of low-cost lab work, free continental breakfast, and so much more. Call the Medicine Shop for all the details. 242-8776. 3:56 left here. Still a 6-0 ball game. Rams have it 3rd and 4 from the Charleston 38.
Well, you hope the lack of timeouts don't come back to hurt Mount Vernon the rest of the way down this game. But right now, Charleston they probably need the timeout as much as Mount Vernon did this time to kind of get their defense back. And Mount Vernon's kind of been running outside the 1 and the 2 holes here a little bit, kind of going 3 and 4, and even 5 and 6, and finding some success getting outside. Charleston says, hey, you're not going to run it off the middle of us again, but they're giving up the outsides, and Mount Vernon's figured that out and starting to take advantage of that now in this third quarter.
Well, split to the right. Derek Waith on the left. It'll be Xavier Tyus. Miller Gray, Paris, and Hester are your backs with the quarterback Reeves under center. Pitch is going to come to the right side. Hester going to rely on him, and he will be tackled out of bounds just past the 40. Don't know that he even got to the line of scrimmage.
He got about 1 yard, so it's going to be – nope, let's see where the thing is. Ooh, they moved that back. 4th and a long 3 yards. That's more than 3, almost 3 and 3/4.
So 3:30 left to go in the third quarter, and it'll be 4th down for the Rams. Third quarter, rather. 3:27 to go.
Well, Mount Vernon can't act like they're going for a called timeout. They have none left. So they must be going to try to go for it here. And, boy, this is a major play in this game so far.
It is. 3:15 left in the third. It's going to be a sweep to Miller Gray. He's able to get past one would-be tackler, and now will be brought down for a loss and still running backwards, but a flag on the play.
Yeah, it's going to be on Mount Vernon. It's going to be a hold. I can see it here on this side, towards our side of the field. And so Charleston will decline it, take the tackle, take the loss of play, and unless it's on Charleston offside, but I see Charleston clapping, so we'll see. Hold, Mount Vernon. So Charleston's going to decline that, take the play, a loss of 7 yards. Mount Vernon will turn it over on downs. They're going to decline this? Yeah, they're not declining it, I was going to say. Yeah, you're not going to decline that when you lose 7 yards. First down, Charleston. That's huge because I think in that situation you can maybe duck snort one down there and make Charleston go the longer way of the field instead of giving him field position again near the 50.
Well, this is how it works out. We're going to see what happens the rest of the way. 3:07 left to go in the third. Still 6-0, Rams on top. Somehow, some way, Bird Watson Drug brings our scoreboard updates to you each and every week, each and every broadcast. Bird Watson Drug is dedicated to making sure you and your family stay healthy. Stop by 12th and Main or 34th and Broadway for your flu shot this year. They now have those ready to go. 1st and 10 for the Trojans from their own 47-yard line on the far hash. Split to the left, to it on the right out of the eye, and it's going to be an inside handoff again, and Rams are able to come up with a stop, maybe even a loss of 1 here for the Trojans to bring up 2nd down. Ball carrier, I thought, was Smallhorn.
Yeah, I had to laugh because Charleston quarterback, he gets up there. Boyer gets up there and puts his hands in the air like telling everybody to hush with his hands up. There wasn't even an audible call or a change. It was like, who are you telling to hush?
Yeah.
There's not enough people here to cause a noise on a Richter scale.
It's an O'Brien on a Saturday. 2:37 to play in the third. Left, right, one in the slot. That's going to be the tight end coming out of the slot on the left side, Cole Hoover. Going to be a pitch coming to Reddish. Actually, no, that is going to be Beard, and he will run about 10 to get maybe 3. He lunged forward for some extra yards, but it looks like it came out for the tackle.
Now he becomes the 4th ball carrier for Charleston to handle the ball. Of course, Mount Vernon has 8 guys that have handled the ball in this game, whether last night or today. And 3rd and long now for Charleston, and you wonder with a young quarterback, they're going real conservative here as we wind down with 2 minutes to go in this third. I think you got to let this sophomore try to make a play here with some of their skill backs.
Ball's on the Trojan 49 near hash, 3rd and 8 with 1:53 left. Always bank in your hometown team. Community First Bank, home with a one account featuring free checking and high yield interest. Just ask for one. Community First Bank of the Heartland. Out of the shotgun now on 3rd and 8. He's going to roll to the right side, giving chase. He is pressured, and that is going to be a sack by our Curry at about the 41, and it's going to bring up 4th down on the loss.
That's a huge play. Mount Vernon gambled that time. Full-out blitz from the Rams up to middle, and Charleston tried to set up a little middle screen that was flushed out, and the sack takes Charleston now back to their own 42-yard line, and that's where they will be 4th and long, and we'll see if Charleston goes for it. If I were them, I would punt it away and try to make Mount Vernon go the distance again.
1:12 left to go in the 3rd. Mount Vernon 6, Charleston nothing. Big sack by our Curry, and it's going to be 4th and 17 as Waith and Tyus go back to return as Connor Griffin is on to punt. Here comes the snap. They give a nice block there off of Hester coming off of the left side. Muffed by Waith. He'll pick it up and able to hang on, and that's one where you just need to fall on it, not even try to get up, but the Rams will get a break there. It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 24.
That's one where you want to get a stick and kill it or get away from it if you cannot make a clean catch. And that time Mount Vernon dodges a huge bullet there. And now the Rams, as they get the football back with 52 seconds left, they're in their own territory at their own 23-yard line. And right now Mount Vernon, again, you've got to get it out and move it around a little bit and quit giving Charleston such good field position.
52.2 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for Mount Vernon from their own 23-yard line. Split to the left and to the right here as we near the bottom of the 4 o'clock hour. Reeves, the quarterback, under center. It's going to be, that's not going to be a handoff. Reeves going to keep it himself, coming to the near side. Gets to the 30, going to be tripped up as he rolls to about the 20. Make that the 34.
Little midline option that time ran by Mount Vernon. Of course, Reeves stuck it into the gut of the running back and read the linebacker. And when the linebacker darted in to try to stop that run, it was obvious what Reeves read. He was able to pull it out of that gut of the running back and take it downfield for the 11-yard gain and a 1st down.
Your community, your choice, your bank. With 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs, Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC. Flex bone here. The Rams are going to go push it forward via Dylan Reeves. Along the near hash, gets to about the 37-ish. Gain of 2 or 3. It'll be 2nd down for the Rams with 15 seconds left to go in the 3rd as the clock continues to run. They do not have to get another playoff here in quarter number 3.
Probably won't. And after 3 quarters, 6 love Rams.
That's exactly what they're going to do. After 3, the Mount Vernon Rams 6, the Charleston Trojans nothing. We'll come back, get you set for the 4th quarter. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
At Banterra, we understand that banking is a relationship. It's a friendly face that knows your name, understands your needs, supports your goals. Banterra offers a complete range of personal and business banking products with competitive rates and loans that range from small projects to multi-million-dollar opportunities. We offer conveniences such as online banking, mobile banking, and direct deposit. For a strong community bank with exceptional customer service, Banterra is a smart choice for your banking needs. Banterra Bank, a proud supporter of Southern Illinois high school sports. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Learn to live healthy, learn to live well, and learn how you can live free from unexpected medical expense with a major medical expense policy from Pekin Insurance and the Page Agency. Health insurance that covers hospital, medical, and surgical expenses offers a wide choice of deductibles and a non-tobacco user discount, too. Rising medical costs don't have to be a problem with a major medical expense policy from Pekin Insurance. This is coverage we hope you'll never need, but you just can't be without. Call the Page Agency at 242-7000 about a major medical health insurance plan today.
Watch the Rams online at WMIXsports.com. Powered by Red Lake College.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXsports.com. We start the 4th quarter. The Mount Vernon Rams lead Charleston 6-0. Split left and right. Reeves looking for a quick pass. There you go. High percentage. Tyus with another completion. Gets to the 45 outside the hashes. Breaks to the sideline. 50 down to the 45. In Charleston territory at about the 44 out of bounds. And yet another short, high percentage pass, and the Rams come away with the 1st down.
That's what you're going to have to do. That's his 5th catch of this game as he gets into the 58-yard category on that nice 15-yard catch. And Mount Vernon right now with some movement and a 1st down, marching the chains. A little pass in a flat, let him try to use his speed to get yardage, and that's exactly what happened there.
And now here comes a quick snap looking for the same thing. Fade route for Tyus. He's going to have to outrun the pass, and it was never going to have a chance. Overthrown that time by about 5 yards up the left sideline for X.
Yeah, but he was there. It was there. He got past his defender. Reeves overthrew him by 5 to 7 yards that time, so that's there. If they just want to run a go route down that sideline, that's a hookup that can happen.
11:46 to go in the fourth quarter. Rams 6, Trojans nothing. Rams back at it Friday night against the Triad Knights on the road. First road game of the year. The right side, Waith. Backs stacked on the left. Miller Gray in motion. Here it comes to the near side. At the 45 to the 40. Going to try to fight for the 30. Now still on his feet. 3 guys behind him at the 30. Inside the 30 to about the 28. A gain of roughly 16. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams.
Another first down, and you can see Charleston, the frustration that they've had. They've been able to hold Mount Vernon in check for a long time, and now Mount Vernon able again, running to the left, finding it out. And Charleston changed defensively, kind of a different look the last couple of times, and Mount Vernon really took it to him now.
Split to the right side, Waith left, Tyus. In motion, Miller Gray again, as I think they've gotten him something. Nice block in the backfield for the Rams. Miller Gray still on his feet, gets to the outside of about the 20 near side to the 15. Another gain of about 13er for DMG, and it'll be first and 10 for the Rams again, as Wilson was shaken out of his shoes there.
14 first downs now for Mount Vernon as DMG starts to pick up the yardage as we move along here. And Mount Vernon on their way to what could be the winning drive of the game. If you get up 2 scores, you've got to feel like Mount Vernon has a pretty good shot to win with the lack of offense in this game as the hyphen comes off.
Going to probably get a bit of a breather. Hopefully he's okay, and that's all it is. WMIX Sports Mobile Studios driven by Tyler's. Visit the new and improved Tyler's locations just west of Interstates 57 and 64 in Mount Vernon. Tyler's Toyota and Tyler's Buick GMC. Totally Tires. Fade route going to the back of the corner of the end zone for Derek Waith, and that's overthrown. It'll be 2nd and 10. Clock stops at 10:43 to go here in the fourth.
And Mount Vernon doing a good job of reading that. I mean, the corners for Charleston are playing tight defense, and you can tell up on the receivers from Mount Vernon playing tight that they are figuring out, hey, if we go over the top on these fade routes, something might be there, and Mount Vernon's been able to do that, just haven't been able to connect on the passes.
10:43 left to go in the fourth. 2nd and 10 for the Rams. Ball on the Trojan, 14 on the near hash. Quarterback Reeves under center. Paris and Hester. Hester is in motion. Paris gets the inside handoff. He's going to find some running room to the 10. Bulldozes his way inside the 5. Lunges to about the 4. Spot will be right at the 5-yard line. Gain of 9 will make it 3rd and 1. As the Rams are threatening with 10:30 left to go in the fourth.
Not a bad day for him. 2 carries, 15 yards, and Mount Vernon starts to march more or less to what should be the game-winning scores. Charleston right now, their daubers are down a little bit here as they have to defend now at the 5.
Clock drops to the 10:10 mark on an analog clock. That would be a smiley face. 6-0 your score. The Rams ahead of the Trojans at this point. Split to the left side. It'll be Xavier Tyus. Big fullback Hester as a tailback right now. They're going to pitch to Hester. He's going to have room if he can get inside the far corner. It's a foot race inside for a touchdown. And the Rams get a 5-yard scamper from Drew Hester to make it 12-0.
Now just a little pitch wide side and let Hester use the speed to turn to the corner, and a touchdown for Mount Vernon.
Rams fans, if you haven't found the time to stop by the new Winning Edge at 212 South 9th, you can now buy your gear online. Log on to store.winningedgeusa.com. That's store.winningedgeusa.com. That'd be a great time to buy some Ram gear. Celebrate a touchdown by Drew Hester in the far corner of the end zone.
Go for 2 on this.
Try to level her out a little bit. Rams are 2 of 4 on PAT kicks this year. They're going to go for 2 here to try to get to the 14. In motion, the Rams. It'll be DMG. Almost tripped up in the backfield. Able to shake a tackle. Try to get it in. Near corner. Inside the pylon. 2 points.
That'll help. Mount Vernon now up 2, and that will be huge, as Charleston has that inability to really take advantage of field position today, and you got to feel pretty good for Mount Vernon right now.
So with 9:57 left, the Rams get a 5-yard touchdown from Drew Hester, and then a 2-point conversion on the ground from DeMontez Miller Gray. And right now, the defense has come up big today to keep the Rams ahead, and the offense finally takes advantage to make it a 2-score game.
Oh, wow, this is interesting. Greenville has Piasaw Southwestern down 42-14 with 6:41 to go in the game. Nice to see that Greenville still has that firepower like they're known for.
Yes. Was that where the whole say happened with the tongue depressors?
Yes. Yes. That was some tongue depressor issues.
What was that, about 4 years ago now? Maybe 5?
Yeah, that was great verbiage on a .com. Got a lot of run for a week. Got some mainstream media talk.
That it did. On the kick, it's Dylan Reeves, the quarterback. Beard back to return. As is, it looks to be Ben Sweeney, the near man. 14-0, Rams on top, 9:57 left in regulation. Here comes a big end-over-end kick, and this one's going to sneak into the end zone. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans from their own 20.
Yep, down 2 touchdowns with 9:57 to go. And Charleston, a team 1-8 last year, won their first game. Going to have to try to figure something out if they don't repeat and lose in week 2. Interesting games next week in week 3. Probably the one that will get the most hype, and deservedly so, is the Murfreesboro at Carterville game, a battle of unbeatens, and the first time they met since '96 in the playoffs.
Game of the week potential there.
Why that has not been a game since Carterville joined the river, I have no idea.
Who knows?
It took this long.
Dawson Armstrong on the right, as is Nick Agan, among others. Trips to the right side, split to the left as well. Heiner's going to give chase, and it'll be Andrew Heiner for the sack at the 10, a 10-yard loss. And it'll be second and 20. There's a kid that spent time in the weight room in the offseason. It pays off there as with authority brought down the quarterback.
Well, it would pay off because you had only 5 guys blocking. So Heiner's out there protecting the flat, and he looks around. He's going, wait a minute. It's an open backfield, and that back's not there to protect quarterback. He took off. He definitely did not have that coverage on the blitz. He takes off and sacks the quarterback. What a nice read by Heiner there defensively. Charleston tried to go 5 receivers that time, and then they didn't keep anybody back to block, at least on the line.
They were a little kinder on the spot than I would have been. 2nd and 17 from the 13.
Open again.
Between the hashes.
He's going to go again. Oh, he laid back.
Yeah, he did. That time didn't quite have it. Is this going to be a quick connect left side? As that's going to be to Colin McInerney. Quickly brought down by the Rams as they close that distance, and it'll be 3rd and long with 9 minutes to play in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, that time Mount Vernon over-aggressive. Got a break there. I think you got to send some people here and maybe fluster the young sophomore quarterback down 14-0 into a bad decision here.
Of course, that was one good play a moment ago by Andrew Heiner. Make your own great play when you open a Community First Bank free high-yield checking account that earns cash back. Just ask for one. Remember, FDIC out of the shotgun now, single back with actually no wing back there. As Boyer almost runs into his own man, and then a wounded duck over to the near sideline, intended for number 21, Blaine Cruz, and Blaine was nowhere near the neighborhood as that fell incomplete. 4th and 12.
Quarterback heard steps, and you know it's one of those deals where he heard steps and he had to get rid of it quickly, as we hear from the Twitterverse that it was that the first time that they have played since '96, Murphy and Carterville, as we get that acknowledgement on the Twitterverse. That was one heck of a game. Cold, sitting in the top row on the visitor's side, but boy, it was a wonderful game to see.
Tice is going to be the return man at about midfield far hash. Nice spiral kick, as this is actually going to take a bounce shy of midfield. It'll die at the 48. The Rams will have it there, 1st and 10 in Trojan territory. WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Tyler's. Tyler's may have 2 new locations, but they are still your best connection for your next automobile. Find them just west of Interstates 57 and 64 in Mount Vernon, and worldwide at both tylertoyota.net and tylerscars.com.
Well, Mount Vernon may have been able to stave off the advancement of the Trojans because they might have been able to do this. Not a pretty afternoon for Mount Vernon. But the defense did their job, and we can tell you that the defense does look pretty good, at least today.
That it does, as we're going to have a whistle that blows the play dead here as the Rams had Miller Gray in motion.
Yeah, that play was there. Wide left was open, and they called offsides on Charleston and called it the play dead before it started. That would have been a huge huge run for Mount Vernon around the left side wide.
It'll be 1st and 5 now. Ball moves ahead to the 43-yard line. And, of course, we'll look for a Tony Wilt player of the game in our post-game show brought to you by Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac. But for Tony Wilt and State Farm, they're glad to help your family with all of their insurance needs. Give Tony's office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town. In motion, Hester. Pitch going to go to the right side of the Ram fullback. Oh, able to break through some tackles, getting past the 40 down to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 8. It'll be 1st and 10 as the Rams move the chains again with 8:09 left to go in this fourth quarter.
You don't think Hester wanted that ball? He could tell by the way he lined up he's going to get the ball. And as soon as that was snapped, he was running dead sprint. Took the pitch and took off for about 8 yards and gets a first down. And you see Charleston hands on their hips, dauber down a little bit, not into the game as they were in the middle part.
Split to the left. It'll be Tyus on the right waist. Backs are Miller Gray, Hester, and Remington Paris. Quarterback Dylan Reeves is under center. Love the name. Quick QB sneak, as this one's going to end up for quite a few yards. No handoff. Dylan Reeves took it all the way himself. Just shy of about the 25. They're going to go ahead and spot it. Looks like at the 26. Gain of 8.5.
Well, it's interesting when you say Remington because it's kind of like Remington Steel.
Yes.
You wonder if that was an influence.
Never know. Could be the
firearm. Firearm, yeah.
Little shooter is what we'll call him.
That's a good idea.
How tall is Remington? 5 feet. Yeah, little shooter works.
Yeah.
Because that's not offensive, but it's still cool at the same time.
Yeah.
Probably won't call him that for very long. Reeves, the quarterback under center in motion, is going to be Miller Gray. Nice little handoff to Jylan Rush as he'll get first down yardage from where we sit. Gain of about 3. It'll be 1st and 10. 7:08 to play here in the fourth. Rams on top, 14-0. My apologies for not saying the score.
Not the same vim and vigor from Charleston on the defensive side of football from where it was a while ago because right now Mount Vernon's owning things and running downhill at the Trojans.
Bird Watson Drug brings you our scoreboard updates. We'll have an extensive one in our postgame show as more finals roll in from around the region. Your independence is important. Bird Watson Drug in Mount Vernon will do free home evaluations and offer suggestions to keep you in your own home. It's going to be a pitch to the near side. Miller Gray's at the 20, inside the red zone, 15, trying to cut back at the 10. Shook a tackle to about the 8-yard line. Gain of 15 on the ground for Run DMG. It'll be 1st and goal for the Rams with 6:37 left.
Starting to rack up a big number here, and the question will be who will score for the Rams because little to no resistance being shown by Charleston right now.
1st and goal from the 8. The Rams with the football looking to score again here with 6:37 left to go in this fourth quarter. DMG racking up yards to try to be our second consecutive Tony Wilt State Farm player of the game. Hester's made a case with a touchdown. Graham Hinken had a nice first night that made for a case. As Miller Gray's going to get the call again. Could he get in the end zone? Just shy. Stopped at the 1. Was actually tackled about the waist. Beard was able to reach out and help bring him down. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1 after the 7-yard gain.
You almost have to give him another touch, don't you? Give him the opportunity.
Yeah.
He's drove you down there, carried you down this far. Why not?
Can't go Mike Shanahan here. Got to stick with the guy and let him get his score.
Ooh.
Well, he was notorious for that.
Fantasy football resentment there.
No, he tends to hate fantasy football running backs. Well, historically, ever since the days of Denver. So it's actually going to be at the 2. Just the gain was roughly 6. Heiner was in, but going to check out. Rush is starting to go in. They're going to bring him back. 8 seconds on the play clock. 5:53 left here. Let's see what they can do. Reeves and the Rams not going to have the time. They get the snap off just in time. Pitch is going to go to Miller Gray. He's going to have to quickly run to the outside. Tripped up. Shook a couple of tackles. Now the wall comes. Yep. He'll be pushed back to near the 5-ish.
Mount Vernon rushed into that play that time. The play clock was ticking down considerably faster than they wanted to as far as setup is concerned, and clock ran out, and they were unfortunately not able to make good play offensively, and loss of 5 yards.
5:20 to go in the fourth quarter. 14-0 Mount Vernon on top of the Charleston Trojans in this non-conference battle as they have 3rd and goal from their own 5. Backs bunched up. And now Reeves looking to roll to the near side. Has Xavier Tyus. Fade. Good. And Tyus will catch this one in the end zone right near the goal line. It'll be a 5-yard TD completion through the air, so they say. Make it 20-0.
Well, that worked. Rams score and put this one away. And they will go to 1-1.
So it'll be 20-0 as Dalton McGowan on for the PAT, looking to increase his total to 60% on 2014.
And the defense looks very good as the horn went off.
This one's good. 21-0. Rams on top. 5:04 left in the fourth quarter. Rams finally able to stymie the Charleston defense.
And right now, Mount Vernon's defense, I think, has to be key today. A shutout, a complete shutout so far, looking very good.
5:04 remaining in the game. Charleston Trojans 0. Mount Vernon Rams 21.
5:04 left. 21-0 is your score. Rams on top. It'll be Charleston football after the ensuing kickoff. Community First Bank of the Heartland will be with us all year long as the official voice of Rams athletics here on WMIX. Mount Vernon, Dix, Woodlawn, and Ida, 5 Jefferson County branches with responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Let Community First Bank be the first to say, welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC.
Good lesson learned today in how to come out and how to be prepared. I think Mount Vernon was kind of bland. I think not energetic, not into this game. Maybe probably felt last night based on the action and effort they put out. Maybe didn't need to come out and play as hard today for whatever reason. But they will survive and win the day and go to 1-1 as they head to a much tougher opponent in Triad next weekend.
Well, and of course for the Trojans, it doesn't get any easier. They have the hot 2-0 Centralia Orphans at home next week.
Seeing the Orphans running around here today?
I did see some Centralia Red.
Did you?
I didn't see the Centralia Red.
Oh, okay.
Just some. Reeves is on to kick off. Beard and Sweeney to return. This one will get to about the 10, make it the 9 as Beard's going to pick it up, try to wedge up the middle. They have had some kickoff return issues thus far this season. He got past the 35 to about the 37-38. Going to be 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Chucktown will have it with 4:55 left, trailing 21-0.
Mount Vernon's gunner had an opportunity to make a tackle way back by the 20 and went arm and missed. When you go arm tackle on that kind of deal, you're not going to make many plays. And now that cost Mount Vernon again another missed tackle. That's one thing they can work on defensively is the tackling. And again, with the rules, the way this setup is in high school football now, tackling and the correct form of tackling is really taking a hit as far as tackling goes.
A bevy of Rams substitutions check in on the defense. Quarterback, the sophomore QB, is under center out of the eye. Looking to the near side for McInerney. This will be overthrown, tripped up with incidental contact. Good footwork there by Darius Johnson to take out the receiver, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Good coverage by the Mount Vernon secondary. Sophomore quarterback was locked into the right when he walked to the line of scrimmage. Kept looking over there once they snapped the football, and he couldn't throw it and tried to fit that needle through there, and it wasn't going to work. Was not going to go through there with the coverage that Mount Vernon had in the secondary on that right side.
4:51 left here in the fourth. Rams on top, 21-0. 2nd and 10 for the Trojans. Split to the right and to the left. One in the slot on the left side is Sweeney out of the eye, the quarterback under center. Boyer, he's looking quickly to the left, able to go through the hands and almost picked off. It was intended for the left side. That was Dawson Armstrong.
If Waith had been looking for an interception, he could have had a pick 6. He was too busy about wrapping up and was looking down and not looking at the ball.
So it'll be 3rd and 10. The clock stops again. 4:47 left. Rams up 3 touchdowns.
They'll keep your head up when tackling.
Dawson Armstrong will check out for the Trojans. Damon Ox will check in, and he will go to the left side. Split to the right is McInerney. Out of the shotgun for the right-handed sophomore, Ridge Boyer. He's going to keep it himself on the quarterback draw. Gets up the middle, doesn't get much initially. He is going to be brought down by number 75, Ezra Smith, the 6'2 sophomore.
See, I'm surprised Charleston doesn't do that more with him. Looks like a young, strapping, athletic lad as a sophomore. Maybe we get up and do some things. Maybe put the ball in his hands and let him kind of option his way through things or direct snap or something along that line. He just looks like a guy you can get some things done. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Trojans coming in, and it looks like the Trojans have conceded today.
They're going to get their guys out of there. And a fresh batch of faces. 4:09 to play in the fourth quarter. 21-0 Rams on top. It's 4th and 5 from their own 44-yard line inside the hash as they will punt. Connor Griffin Derek Waith back to return at about the 25-yard line, and here comes. Almost blocked. It is blocked by Hester, and this one will be pushed back quite a bit. Falling on it is Connor Griffin, and Drew Hester just makes another case for this Rams defense and special teams today.
Man. Drew Hester blew through the wing blocker that time. Flat blew him off his feet and went through and was able to get his big old body on top of that football for the block, and much celebration out there to 35. And Hester walking off like, yeah, I knew I was going to do that. Blocked that punt. And again, something coming forward from this is you learn that the Mount Vernon defense, we didn't get to see a lot of it last week in good position, but this defense and special teams, very solid.
Played well here today. Reeves, the quarterback, with a slew of new Rams. I see Jesse Green, Cavante Parker. Split to the left side. Tyus on the right. It's Derek Waith. Thought I saw Darius Johnson in there somewhere as a wingback. Reeves still under center to guide this offense, not to run anything up. It'll be Johnson on sweep to the left side, gets to the 20, looking to the 15, pulls ahead to the 10, inside on the dive, gets to about the 8. It'll be a gain of 14 for DJ, and it'll be first and goal for the Rams with 3:40 left.
And Charleston right now has had no first downs in the second half. None. No first downs in the second half for Charleston. That's been the story. Defensively, Mount Vernon
makes a difference.
Stellar.
First and goal from the 8, up 21-0. 3:36 left to go. Split to the right side, Jordan Mullen. Split to the left side. It'll be Corvier Meredith. Green in motion, and it's going to be a handoff to Jesse. Jesse trying to break through the tackles, and there's going to be a flag on the play at about the 5 as he gets into about the 3. It'll be a gain of 5, pending right now.
We'll see what it is. I got a feeling it's going to be a 5-yard holding penalty when it totals up for Mount Vernon.
Holding.
Uh-oh.
Against the Rams.
Mr. Millwood looking to come in.
We'll see what happens. Transition here into Rito Burrito. He follows us on Twitter, so should you at WMIX Sports.
So Reed Millwood, the junior. 1-1. Millwood, of course, starts second base for the Rams baseball team. They'll take that penalty. It'll turn out to be about a 5-yard holding penalty based on where the markers are at. And now some guys getting some reps, technically under the lights because the lights are on.
So now here comes.
Uh-oh.
Not sure what that was. Millwood ended up slipping on his feet and able to get a yard, it looks like, to the 14 for a gain of 1.
Yeah, that was a whoop. Might be a little nervous. Might be trying to run a little faster than what he's capable of. Slipped down on the turf. Middle of the field right now here at the stadium is rather thin. And with rain last night, the footing will be treacherous.
So it's second and goal from the 14-yard line between the hashes for Reed Millwood and his Mount Vernon Rams. Corvier Meredith left, Jordan Mullen right, and it's going to be a sweep to the near side. Darius Johnson gets a couple, maybe a yard on the play to the 13, my apologies, and it'll be third and goal.
11 different guys have touched the football for Mount Vernon running-wise.
Nice.
It's a nice problem to have.
So it becomes third and goal from the 12 with 2:20 left. 21-0 Rams on top. Corvier Meredith left. To the right, Jordan Mullen, Darius Johnson, Jesse Green. It's going to come to Darius Johnson, the near side on the sweep. He's at the 5, looking to cut back in at about the 1. Pushed out of bounds on a touchdown-saving push by Colin McInerney.
He's got 3 carries and 25 yards. He's barely been in the game long enough to break a sweat.
So let's see what Reed Millwood and the Rams do here. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Fourth and goal from the 1. 21-0 Rams on top. Johnson's had some nice runs here and limited action, obviously, as a reserve. Here in the fourth. Meredith left. Mullen right. Cavante Parker, the other back for the Rams. Everybody else the same. This is going to be Millwood lunging forward for the score, and it is 27-zip.
Well, first touchdown of his career. And Mount Vernon looking fancy now once the downhill slide started going, as they were able to get in and get some late cosmetic touchdowns here in the end.
McGowan on to attempt another. He's 3 of 5 on the season, and here comes the kick, and it's going to be up. Looks like it splits, and it does. So he is 4 of 6, actually, 4 of 7 this year. So 28-0 Rams on top with 1:56 left to go here in the ball game. Both teams will leave here 1-1 after a Saturday afternoon affair after the suspension of last night's game at about 8 o'clock last night.
Well, you look to next week. Mount Vernon's at Triad, of course. Althoff's at Mater Dei. That's a tremendous matchup. Mater Dei goes tonight at 6 against Elmhurst Immaculate Conception out of Chicago. Kokio hosts Northwest Academy. Mount Vernon's familiar with. Carbondale 0-2, probably will be 0-3 going to Waterloo next week as Waterloo won today against Freeburg, Argus against Columbia. Centralia is at Charleston next week as the Orphans are 2-0, and Harrisburg will limp into Marion 0-2. Of course, Marion plays tonight at 7 at Centennial. So a very interesting week in the South 7 before the South 7 begins in Week 4.
As Max Visser will be helped off of the field. Hope he's okay. Senior center for the Rams.
Yeah, don't need any injuries.
No doubt about that. Video has been powered by, I should say, Rend Lake College. Save thousands in your college education. Log on to rlc.edu and apply online while you're there. Rend Lake College, your journey starts here. Of course, Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of Rams athletics here on WMIX. Rams to kick off. Back to return, Ben Sweeney and Kevin Beard for the Trojans, who trail 28-0. Rams will improve to 1-1 after, as of right now, pitching the shutout thus far against these Trojans.
Well, here we go.
McGowan will kick off, and this one is going to be back to about the 5. Beard has it. He's going to try to wedge up the middle. And he is going to be brought down a clothesline, John Bradshaw Layfield style, and that will be at about the 31 where they will start. Not sure who had that clothesline, but that was almost Acolyte's protection agency.
Huge APA clothesline there that time on that tackle. That's a highlight-worthy tackle at the end of the year when they sit back and look at the year.
Hello.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that's good to see. You see a little more zip out of Mount Vernon, and a lesson learned, and it'll be easy to learn today because Mount Vernon won the game. You just wondered they were not having that same zip as they did last night when they came out. But they will win and go to 1-1, and we'll move on to Triad.
Split left and right. Man in the slot here for Charleston with 1:50 left. And you get the impression they do not want to be shut out. As here comes a run by Brody Frederick against the second-team defense, and he will go to the 30. He'll be brought down by Darius Johnson about the 20. As the starters for Charleston do not want to be shut out.
Yeah, that's what this is. This is one of those cases on the 58-yard run. That is the first Charleston first down of the second half, and it comes against Mount Vernon's second team, and the Trojans don't want to get shut out, as you said, 28-0, with 1:40 to go. Clock stopped. They're going to look to get a score on the board. Build on for next week.
I'd say 1:40 left to go here in the fourth quarter. 28-0 is your score.
Charleston competes against the Monday night lights for Mount Vernon.
I see what you did there. McInerney split to the right, out of the eye for the quarterback. Ridge Boyer, and this is going to be a handoff, almost sniffed out, and the Rams will bring down the ball carrier inside the 20 at about the 16 for a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 with 90 seconds left.
And then you know if they throw the football what they're up to. Yeah. You would hope not. But stranger things have happened.
Reddish will check out, who had the carry. 1:18 left to go in the fourth quarter. 28-0, Rams on top at the moment. 19 on the play clock. 2nd and 8 from the 17-yard line. Ridge Boyer out of the eye. 2 on the left, including the tight end. As this will be another inside handoff. Frederick, he'll be tripped up, stays on his feet now, finally brought down at about the 10. Looks like he has first down yardage. Clock will stop with 58.2 seconds to go to move the chains.
Well, and this is what it is. They're going to try to score here at the end and try to get some points on the board. Of course, they're building for next week. I mean, you don't want to go out of here with nothing positive out of it. You want to try to have some stuff to build on as you make that long trek back to Chucktown and try to get something, to build on as you begin practice on Monday. Chains have
I don't know.
chains. Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Okay. Play clock.
First and goal now as we drop below the minute. Play action rolling to the right side. Jesse Green will drop the quarterback as he releases. Side of fall incomplete with 46.3 seconds left. It's second and goal now from the 9.
Jesse Green with good pursuit. Knocked the quarterback down the sack, and now he's down at the 22-yard line.
We'll have your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac post-game show coming up after this one. We'll have a Bird Watson Drug scoreboard as well as a Tony Wilt State Farm Player of the Game. All coming up on your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon post-game. So Green is down. Hopefully he's okay. Of course, Jared Shaner not responding by putting his starting defense. No reason to.
No.
They want to score that badly. There you go. Make them earn it against the second team.
Let them have it.
Gives these kids some good experience playing against starters. As they will applaud as Green is up. Looks like he's going to stay in.
Yeah, nope. Can't stay in.
Has to come out.
Has to come out.
Jacob Wiley will check in.
Trainer and the coach go out. You got to have you got to step out of play.
Second and 9 now for Chucktown, trailing 28-0. Rams will improve to 1-1. Split to the right side is Dawson Armstrong. On the right slot is the tight end, number 14, Cole Hoover. Split to the right, McInerney. Out of the eye for the quarterback. Same starters. Frederick's going to try to get in, and it's stopped. It'll be third and goal. Good stop by the second team D.
When you say Cole Hoover, it reminds me of Rock Hoover,
Rock Hoover,
who is
I know.
Mark Schlereth's character on soap operas from ESPN. That's just struck me as funny when you say that.
He has a chili company.
Yes, and it's
Colorado.
crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. Say it's good. I haven't had any yet, but they say it's pretty good.
Third and goal, 23 seconds left. It's from the 8-yard line. Eye set, split to the right side. Oh, this is the non-starter end, split to the right. Devin Carver. Is this going to be a carry for Frederick? And Frederick is going to be brought down shy of the goal line.
Yeah.
And that'll bring up fourth and goal as we have just
Look at
seconds left. And they're going to
Charleston's
try to get a play.
Wow.
2 seconds left, 1 second left, and they will not get it off. There's a flag.
There's a flag. It'll be declined, and then Mount Vernon will win. Pick that flag up and walk off.
So let's see what's going to happen here as time has expired on the game clock, and
they're going to say it's done and over. Wave
so
that
there
flag
you go.
off.
This game is over as the Mount Vernon Rams win it 28-0. Penalty is waved off. Game is over. And the Rams pitch a shutout. We'll come back and tell you all about it in the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
The Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon is inviting you to their community health fair. Join us Saturday, September 20th at the Holiday Inn Ballroom and Atrium in Mount Vernon. Not going to meet your deductible? Take advantage of the low-cost lab work that Saturday morning. ESA test only $27. CBC, $10. ESH test, $25. And lipid test, $20. We'll have speakers and seminars discussing many new and exciting topics. Eric Black will talk about hormone replacement therapy. Dr. David Asbury will discuss robotic surgery technology. There's healthy cooking demonstrations beginning at 9 a.m. A free continental breakfast will be served, and free tote bags will be given away to the first 500 guests. Save the date, Saturday, September 20th from 7:30 till 11 a.m. It's the Medicine Shop's Community Health Fair at the Holiday Inn Ballroom and Atrium in Mount Vernon. Call us 618-242-8776 for more information.
Renly College's Adult Volunteer Literacy Program is looking for volunteers to help stop adult illiteracy. Give the gift of reading and be a hero forever. Renly College will provide you with training and materials to help adults develop the basic reading ability needed to excel. You can work one-on-one, tutor a small group, or work with students in an adult education classroom. Experience the joy of helping others and change a life. Call Renly College's Volunteer Partnership toll-free at 800-369-5321, extension 1342.
Hi, Roy Schmidt, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer at King City Chrysler Center, Mount Vernon. Right now, receive 0% plus $3,000 cash back on all Ram 1500s. You heard right, 0% plus $3,000 cash back. Chrysler wants to possibly lower your payments on Motor Trend's Truck of the Year 2 years back-to-back, running for 2013 and 2014. So they are bringing back 0% financing and big cash back. We have a great selection of crew cabs and quad cab trucks, two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. Hurry in today to King City Chrysler Center, 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois, where you can count on us.
Looking for a free checking account that still offers rewards for doing things you already do? Introducing Cha-Ching. Hi, this is Nina right now with People's National Bank. We want you to get the most out of your money, which is why we're offering Cha-Ching Cash Checking. Cha-Ching Cash lets you earn really high rates paid in cash each month. We'll even refund your ATM fees nationwide, so you can make any ATM your ATM. There's never a minimum balance to earn any of your Cha-Ching Cash rewards. Stop by People's National Bank or visit People's National Bank for details on our Cha-Ching checking. Qualifications and rules apply. Member FDIC.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show starts now.
Welcome back, Mount Vernon Rams football, presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. This is your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame. 28-0 your final. The Rams pitch a shutout against the Charleston Trojans, and the way things looked through much of the second quarter as we started play with about 10:33 left, the Charleston Trojans had the football from their own 33, 3rd and 5. Looks like momentum was starting to go the way of the Trojans, but somewhere in the fourth quarter, Rams caught the Trojans with their dauber down and were able to get some quick scores and end up with a dominating 28-0 finish.
Well, the defense had a big effect on this ball game. I think Charleston had a lot of momentum, had a lot of energy early on when they came out to start in that second quarter, and the defense did not break. They had field position to Charleston in the between the 45s most every time in that first half into the second half, and Mount Vernon was able to hold on, keep things back, and boy, you got to be impressed. The Mount Vernon defense really, in my opinion, was the MVP of this game today.
There's no doubt about it. Speaking of which, we'll have a Tony Wilt State Farm Insurance Player of the Game a little bit later on. We also have your scoring and stats, and we'll have a final Bird Watson Drugs scoreboard. All coming up on your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon postgame show. 28-0 your final score. We'll take a break, come back, get you set. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. By now you have heard about our new One Checking product. The new One Account is a high-interest earning, free checking account designed for everyone. Unlike other banks that pay interest on higher balance, this account pays interest on all balance. From high schoolers to Warren Buffett, One will work for you. You can talk to one of us at 244-3000 and learn about the details. One, exclusively at Community First Bank. You will be one happy customer. Member FDIC.
They don't need fancy sales gimmicks or billboards at Second Chance Auto in Mount Vernon because it's their reputation for honesty and fairness that make friends tell friends about them. What other buy here, pay here dealership in the area offers you bank rate financing? Second Chance does. You can save up to thousands on the total cost of your vehicle. Not sure if you qualify? That's easy. A 2-minute call to 244-4582 will get you started. Or stop by Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. You won't be disappointed.
Every other incident, it seems as if someone says, "You'll never believe what happened." Hi, this is Chase Landers with Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem. I assure you, Landers Collision Centers has seen and fixed it all. Whether your toddler got behind the wheel and backed into the trash cans, a kid at school thought it would be funny to take off in your son's truck and sideswipe a brick wall, or even if your ex took a major league whack at your truck windows, we can make it go away, and we certainly won't judge. As a direct repair facility for many insurance companies, we take care of just about everything, even getting you into a temporary vehicle and offering free premium detailing for the life of your vehicle. That's the Landers difference. Top to bottom, big or small, Landers fixes them all. Come see us in Mount Vernon and Salem and ask us about free detailing for the life of your vehicle. Or call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
It's Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXsports.com, as we wrap things up with your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. The Mount Vernon Rams victorious over the Charleston Trojans, 28-0 in this one. They improved to 1-1. Charleston drops to 1-1. We have your scoring and stat.
Unofficially, first downs, Mount Vernon at 18. Charleston had 7, and they did not have any until the last couple minutes of the game when their starters were going against the reserves. Turnovers, Mount Vernon had 4, Charleston 3. Penalties, Mount Vernon 5 for 35 yards, Charleston 4 420. Rushing department, as expected, all Mount Vernon, 284 yards total by our count unofficially to 95 for Charleston. In fact, Charleston ran for negative 11 yards in the third quarter. Mount Vernon had 40 yards passing to 84 for Charleston. The Rams go well over 300 yards total offense in the game compared to 180 for Charleston, as the Rams defeat the Trojans this afternoon by a score of 28-0.
There you go. Rams beat the Trojans. There's a look at your scoring and stats. We still owe you a scoreboard update and a Tony Wilt State Farm Player of the Game. It's all coming up. We'll take another break. Rams win this one 28-0 over Charleston. They're back at it against Triad on Friday. 6:30 will be your pregame. 7 o'clock your kickoff right here. WMIX, WMIXsports.com. We'll take a break and come back. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
There's no other Toyota dealership like it in the region. It's totally technical, cheap, and totally new.
Tyler Toyota. Like car heaven.
It's totally brand new.
Totally built for you.
Welcome to Tyler Toyota, the best car and truck buying experience in Southern Illinois. Total.
Totally.
We're celebrating the grand opening. Newly renovated and highly celebrated Tyler Toyota.
Toyota.
Hi, this is your local State Farm agent, Tony Wilt, and proud supporter of the Mount Vernon Rams. Whether you are a new customer or one that has been loyal to State Farm for years, let me take this opportunity to thank you for your business. If you are not currently with State Farm and are looking for someone you can trust to handle your insurance or financial service needs, let me invite you into our office. You will have a local agent you can work with, backed by the industry leader in State Farm. Find us in the phone book, online, or flag the State Farm Jeep down if you have to. However you find us, we look forward to talking to you soon.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The Tony Wilt State Farm Player of the Game is next.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Jeff Crow here with the camera for WMIXsports.com. Holly Carroll back at our Mount Vernon studios taking care of things on AM 940. This is your Schmidt-Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium, where the Mount Vernon Rams have beaten the Charleston Trojans by a score of 28-0. We owe you a Tony Wilt Player of the Game, obviously, but we do have some Bird Watson Drug scoreboard updates.
Well, we do. Murfreesboro beat AJ today 38-13. Carterville over Massac 50-0. DuQuoin over Harrisburg 6-0. Pinckneyville over West Frankfort 51-21. Chester beat Vienna 61-19, and this game will start tonight at 7 o'clock or resume. Benton leads Sparta at the half 21-6. Heron over Carbondale 38-23. Centralia over East Altonwood River 28-0. Carmi over El Dorado 28-6. Johnston City beats Cesarville Waltonville Woodlawn 21-14. Fairfield beat Hamilton County 50-0, and Nashville beats CCR 51-13. Tonight at 7, a slew of games. Alton at Cahokia with the Comanches leading 6-0 in the first. Marion will be at Champaign Centennial at 7 p.m. And also next week's opponent, Triad, will be at home against Collinsville tonight at 7 p.m.
There you go. Bird Watson Drug scoreboard. Looking for a new home for your prescriptions? Bird Watson Drug gives you the personal service and attention you deserve. 2 locations in Mount Vernon, 34th and Broadway, as well as 12th and Main. We have one last thing to do, and it's a Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard that you'll be able to find more information at WMIXsports.com, or Tony Wilt State Farm Player of the Game. May have said scoreboard out of force of habit, but there you go. That happens. But Player of the Game, I think you have to go players of the game, and I hate to give it to so many people at once, but I don't see how, without the Mount Vernon Rams' defensive effort today, they do anything on the winning side.
Oh, no. Mount Vernon definitely, I think the defense kept Mount Vernon in this game where it looked maybe they just didn't have that step and that vibe and that energy level they did last night to start the game. And, of course, for Mount Vernon, their defense did an outstanding job in this ball game, shutting out Charleston the entire game, obviously. But the second string came in, did a great job as well. They did allow a couple of first downs late, but no biggie there. But, boy, you got to be impressed with Mount Vernon and how they did things in this ball game this afternoon with their defense to shut out Charleston in this one.
That was an impressive effort. They win 28-0 over the Charleston Trojans. And for that effort, for that shutout, your Rams defense, the players of the game. Tony Wilt, glad to help your family with all of their insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com, or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town and get to a better state with State Farm. That'll do it for us today. We hope you enjoyed the Saturday Sports Show earlier this morning. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast of Mount Vernon Rams football against Charleston. 28-0 your final score. For Danny Czerwinski, for Jeff Crow, for Holly Carroll, for all of us at WMIX Sports, I'm Chris Hugo, hoping that you'll follow us on Twitter, find us on Facebook, And, of course, access us on SoundCloud, YouTube, and Instagram. Find us, WMIX Sports, all over social media. Look for a scoreboard later tonight at WMIXsports.com. Again, the final score here from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium on Saturday. The Mount Vernon Rams 28, the Charleston Trojans nothing. Again, our next broadcast Friday night, Rams at Triad, 6:30 your pregame, 7 o'clock your kickoff. Listen to it here on AM 940 or watch it live at WMIXsports.com. For all of those, for myself, so long for now.
Mount Vernon Rams football.